What's that?
Said hello everyone and welcome back to Misty Mountain Streaming. I'm the D&D Wannabe. My name is Rob. It is so nice to be back and streaming Cthulhu with these crazy people and for all of you. Quick announcements before we get started. I haven't been in the streamer chair for a hot minute and lots of people have come along to do lots of nice things for us. Lots of followers, lots of subscriptions, lots of gifted subscriptions. I'm not going to go all the way back to where I have to thank everyone personally because I'm sure my fellow streamers have done that, but most recently to Harbinger Biking, our friend Will, thank you for resubbing for your 18th month.
Wow.
I know. What a staunch supporter. He's my boss's brother, basically. They are extremely tight. And he's cool. Hopefully I'll get to see him next weekend. And thank you to Spider Eater for the follow. Skeptical Potato, which is, right up there with Ominous Watermelon. Morrigan, Angel Hatfield, Cinemuous, and Dead Pirate Brandon. Thank you guys all for the follows. Thank you for the raid, Play Out of Games.
He's dead!
We are Misty Mountain Streaming. We like to tell and experience great stories, and our favorite way to do that is to play tabletop role-playing games like Call of Cthulhu. Many of us here are sporting the Erik Braa beard shirts tonight, and only because of people taking days off are we not all wearing them. But we will all be doing that soon.
We will blame my lack of one on the U.S. Postal Service and not anyone else.
No. The staff was on vacation. I literally ran into them here in the city. They were on vacation, and then we went and had pizza together. And then I went, "Oh, that means you're not there to actually send out the shirt."
Yeah, I mean
right.
That is an acceptable reason. And thank you in the chat for my the compliments on my attempted pronunciation. I will not try and do so again. You are going to quickly earn a nickname on this channel. Let me tell you, friend. Let's have our wonderful players introduce themselves and tell you what they've been up to and what they're doing and where you can find them on the internet. And somebody left and broke my overlay as soon as I said it.
As soon as you said it, too, like he was gone. Just like,
there he is. Welcome back.
It's like everybody's back.
The USB cord that holds my camera plugs into my keyboard, and it's very finicky. So if I budge my keyboard, it'll sometimes come out.
I have an idea. Don't budge your keyboard.
Let's start with the Leo Yeager in the chat says, love the hair, Ellie. Let's start with our newest redhead. Hi, Katie.
Hello. Thanks, Leo. It turned out more highlighter than I intended, but you know what? We're here and we're working with it. So yeah, introductions. Hi, I'm Katie. I play D&D, obviously. Here I am, and other tabletop assorted games. I'm also an artist. I have my art page on Facebook. So I've been really focusing on that a lot lately. And yeah, I play Ellie Walker, and she's great. And I'm moving on Saturday, so I'm really scatterbrained right now. So this is going to go great.
No,
perfectly.
Don't foresee any complications whatsoever.
Yeah, it's going to be fine.
Let's jump down to the player currently known as Dr. Abernathy, Mike.
Hello, my name is Mike. I play Dr. Everett Abernathy here in the Call of Cthulhu game. I am a longtime gamer, been running a game for the same group of guys for 30 plus years. Got a little YouTube channel where we keep up with our Pathfinder stuff and talk about rules and, our idea of better ways to do things in these kind of games. I'm a huge fan of Cthulhu, although I don't get to play this game very much, so I'm enjoying this a lot. And I am glad that we are back. I think that's about it.
Also glad we are back. I underestimate how much I use this for entertainment and personal catharsis throughout the week until I miss it. Steven.
What's up, everybody? My name is Steven. I am Rob's twin brother. I'm the other half of the Bardic Twinspiration podcast, currently on extended hiatus thanks to the con season. So if you're looking for me, you can basically find me here whenever we have those, whenever we get together for these games. I'm playing Johnny Lawrence. the definitely not down on his luck actor, and he will tolerate no one to say otherwise, who is apparently now the first member of the party to be I don't want to say like exposed to like the Cthulhu mythos, but to be able to wield it. So that's gonna be fun. That was the last thing that happened our last session. The only part that I think I'm not gonna have to get caught up on is I have a spell.
Which is very true. Very excited to see how spells in the hands of player characters work in this game.
Because that's never happened in the couple of times
Never
that I've played Call of Cthulhu. Not a single character has had one, and now it's on me to figure out what this means.
I really like the way Rob gave it to you too. I thought that was very creative. It's normally the way the NPCs learn. So like when you meet a crazy cultist, he's had these things implanted in his brain by some sort of close brush with a mythos creature, but instead, and that's what drives them insane, by the way. But normally, an investigator has to sit down and read a book for a year and a half, which isn't really fun for anybody, especially on a stream. So I thought that was a very clever way to implant it in your brain.
Definitely not saying that Johnny won't become a crazy cultist, or at least
I like to think of Johnny as a crazy cultist in the chrysalis.
Yeah,
waiting to happen. Going from talentless, out of work, has-been actors to Misty Mountain Gaming's favorite voiceover artist, Erik Braa is here.
Hello, everybody. As he said, I am Erik Braa. You can find me at erockvo, or you can find me at Erik Braa. I am thrilled that we are back playing Call of Cthulhu. I know that we have this week. I don't know if we're going to have next week, but dang it, I'm really happy. I'm also really, really happy that I got all this. I got a bunch of more stuff from Misty Mountain, so thanks to you and the crew, including this really awesome horn mug that I am now sipping some fine beverage from. And I think that's all I have to say. I'm playing Jack Kealy. I am a fixer, basically, for a Hollywood studio out in Los Angeles. But then they sent me out here to Chicago to try to figure out some things. And that's just, I'm going to stop with all the accents. This is the first time I've ever played Call of Cthulhu. I am feeling pretty good at the moment, having checked off a few of my items on my to-do list. So, yeah.
Like the murderer guy.
Everything is coming up Kealy right now, and it's a good thing.
You murdered my toxic boyfriend.
He really did that.
Let's
saving you, doll.
And if I'm not mistaken, Ellie doesn't know yet.
I don't actually. I think we were on the path to finding out last session.
Yeah.
Oh, I get ready for the wet works. I mean the waterworks. Yeah. Sorry, the wet works have already done. The waterworks are coming.
People in the chat loving the cat.
I think I got this to a very inappropriate spot. I apologize.
It is okay. Now is a good time to remind people, by the by, that here on Monday nights, Misty Mountain Streaming is an 18+ channel. This is an 18+ stream. We are all adults playing an adult game and a horror-themed game at that. And while that doesn't necessarily mean that every session something that might make you uncomfortable is going to come up, we do ask that you use discretion in viewing this stream that we are all planning to enjoy to the fullest. Hello in the chat, by the way, to TL Holdren, to Leo Yeager, to the Existential Nerd, to Malkara, everyone who is hanging out with us tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here. We are giving away some dice tonight. The channel has been supported so much in the recent days that we are going to be giving away a hollow set of dice from Misty Mountain Gaming from the convention stock. So you can't go onto our website and buy these. These are actually the set that I was using during our Wards of Waterdeep campaign. When I was next to killing everybody, I was rolling these hollow dice. These very pretty ones. I don't know if it's going to quite show up on the cameras. I often have trouble with that. But there are these unique little crossed blades behind each number of every die. They make a really nice sound. They are really cool, and I can personally vouch for them having rolled very well. And they're going to someone who is not me to curse someone else's players or to trouble someone else's DM. The only rule for this giveaway is that you must currently be a subscriber to enter the giveaway and to win. That is going to be the model going forward. Those who are supporting the channel are going to be the ones getting things from us. If you've been gifted a subscription, you can also enter, and you are getting points every minute you watch towards purchasing tickets. They cost 10 every 10 minutes you watch. You can buy a ticket to enter to win, and we will draw at the end of the stream. Type in ! giveaway to be taken to the giveaway page, and I'm sure you can all figure it out from there. Does anybody have anything that they want to remind the chat of, or one another of, or shall I get into a recap and we can begin?
I think a recap is a very good idea after our little break.
I think so, too. Pardon me, what is...
Oh, Rob,
Yes.
listen,
What?
I know you're sleep deprived.
I am.
I know you're sleep deprived.
I wasn't
and
going
I
to get
just
into it,
want
but
you
it's
to
really
know,
bad.
but you can go check out, right after we get done here, I want you to grab an episode of my podcast and put yourself to sleep.
That's
It's
Sleepy
called the
Time.
Sleepy Time Broadcast,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll knock you right out, man, I promise. Well, at least I hope, I should say.
My circadian
But we are
rhythm
over
is
53,000
really
downloads.
Oh,
That's the only reason I brought it up, is I
congratulations.
just wanted to announce that we've just breached 53,000 downloads, and thank you everybody for downloading and checking it out. I don't charge anything. I do ask for donations.
Thank you, man. I actually have not tried to fall asleep to anything other than Futurama in way too long, and it's
Oh,
probably
God.
about time I switch it up.
You know, we need to find a short, like, Futurama story, because I'd love doing the professor in sleep style.
Right?
Good news, everyone.
Don't worry, it's a suppository.
Yeah.
That's the
about some
only
Zap
one that I remember
Brannigan, you
because
know?
it was from a Futurama
Oh.
ad on Cartoon.
Hello, Leela.
I'll be
What do
waiting
you
for
say
you
you and
naked.
I knock some very sensual boots?
I don't know if it was intentional, Steve, but that was a perfect Ringo Starr impersonation.
It kind of was.
All right, let's get to the
Wasn't
recap and
intentional.
get into the game. Steve, by the way, go ahead and grab dice that aren't D10, since you always complain that I don't give you warning. And to remind the chat,
On
you
deck.
can buy bonus dice for the players, and I'll put.
We
little
also
things
play
on
with
the board for them.
percentage dice. It's
Yeah.
it's not a D20. It's a different style.
Blaze.
Yes, the dice that are purchased by viewers are the only reason that I have a spell right now, I believe, if memory serves. So yeah,
Might
keep
be
buying
true.
those.
Hey, did we ever do the last? I thought we were supposed to start with a round of. Never mind.
You know, I think we.
Oh.
Are we overdue?
Yeah,
for
you
that?
had
Should we
promised
do
us
that?
character development, but that can be after a recap.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
let's.
Well,
let's
the
go ahead
recap
and do
might
it.
land us in a spot
When
where
we get
it's
into
not
the recap,
opportune.
let's get into the story. So let's do that. Please, thank you for the reminder. Again, sleep deprived, and it's been a couple of weeks. So, if you guys have your character sheets, this is the way that Call of Cthulhu does it. Normally, it's done kind of at the end of an adventure and then of a scenario. We're doing it every night here in the hotel. If you try to do something and you succeed, there's a chance that you get more likely to succeed at things in the future. No leveling up, no classes, just improving things that your character is good at over time. So, if you guys have check marks on your sheet where you have succeeded at a skill roll sometime in the past couple of sessions, you want to roll percentile dice for each one of those skills. And when you roll you want to roll a failure, and then you will get to roll a d10 and add that number to that skill. So how many are we rolling for, each of us?
Mm,
How many
I will
check
point
marks?
out also, if you've spent any magic points, they all come back. You go back to maximum magic points unless Rob says different. And then you should also get a D10 of luck to your current luck.
Yes, definitely the luck thing. Thank you. Oh, look.
Wow.
Bonus die for
Up
Ellie.
to your
Don't,
maximum,
don't
right?
change your starting luck, just change your current.
Oh, okay.
Also, thank you to TL Holdren, who has already gifted 2 subs out so that more people can participate in our giveaway. Aaron Fraser and Malkara
Awesome.
are now subbed, thanks to good old Holdren.
Nice.
Thank you, man.
Should we just do this, Rob?
Yeah,
So
go
we're
ahead.
just rolling-
I trust you to do those things. So
Okay.
what do you have a check in, Jack?
I have charm, fighting, listen, psychology, and spot hidden.
That's a lot. All right. So you roll a percentile dice for each of those skills, and if you fail, if you roll above the number in that particular skill, we're going to improve it.
Okay, well, charm was at 67, and I just rolled an 84.
So we're going to improve your charm.
And it's by a D10?
It's
That's how much
by
you
a
improve it by?
D10, correct.
That's correct. I just increased my archaeology
By
by
6.
10.
Nice, Mike.
Yeah.
I just rolled a 69.
I misunderstood, and I picked
The
my
best
dice that
possible
roll
outcome
low,
in my
so
game.
my spot hidden doesn't change.
Okay.
I need to
Ooh,
get rid of my dice that like me and grab the dice that don't.
my intimidate just went up by 10.
Now I roll
What
the
is
ought
supposed
to,
to?
when I don't need it.
It's odd to have a game that wants you to roll low and then rewards you for rolling high sometimes.
Remind me, all zeros, 100?
Is 100.
All zeros is
That-
100. So what a
that's a fail.
cataclysmic failure where you can improve
So-
something. That's a good time to get
Awesome.
this out of the way.
So the listen goes up.
I am fail. I'm not getting anything. I'm making all my frickin' rolls.
You poor
just-
sons
you're
of
so good at
bitches,
things.
blessed with all your great rolls and good stats. All right.
Hey, my
I have-
persuade went up.
I have trimmed a couple of inches off of the beard, by the way, so if I'm messing with myself, it's because now that I'm on camera, this is my first opportunity to see what I did to myself today. And, yeah, I look odd to myself. I'm also coming through your mic, Steve. I don't know why.
Only my psychology, which was a 10, is now a 13, and my listen, which was not then a 70, now a 75, have gone up.
Nice.
I have rolled below 10 on virtually everything.
And now you won't for the rest of the night.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
Yay, my spot hidden
I-
went up. That's a good one to raise.
I got to up fast talk and intimidate and listen.
All
But I
good
failed.
things.
Yeah, I succeeded the roll for psychology, spot hidden, and stealth, so I didn't increase any of those.
So you're
I
hitting
did add
about
7 to my
50%.
luck, which I'll take. Your luck cannot go above 95, just so you know, if you happen to be really hoarding luck.
Ooh, I'm sorry, Holdren. Ugh. I'm sorry, but thank you. Jack, how did things go for you, friend?
Okay, so I am on the third one that I have to change.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so charm went up like 6, so it went to 72.
Nice.
And then fighting just went up 9 to 89.
Wow.
And now I'm about to do
89 for fighting. Holy crap.
Yeah.
that's
I'm
why
about to do.
Do not
Dr.
fight
Listen.
Abernathy just
human.
dodges.
Yeah.
I'm about to do listen, except it's one double lot, right? So is that 100 or is that 1?
That's 1.
That's 1.
That's
Ah,
a
so
critical
I failed.
success, but you do not get to improve it.
That's right. Okay, cool. And then
That's the way I was rolling.
Then psychology would be the last one, I think. And I got a 37, which is definitely not good. So that one does not improve either. And I'm removing check marks.
Yeah, do remove all your check marks so you can put new ones.
And
Don't
then,
forget-
did you say something about luck? You get to roll
Yep,
for that as
just,
well?
Yeah,
just roll a d10 and add it to your luck. No failing
your
or
current luck.
succeeding.
Okay, I get to add 5 more.
There we are. All right. Congratulations on being harder to kill. Make me work for it. That's nice. So, our recap is in early 1930s Chicago, your 4 characters, Ellie Walker, Dr. Abernathy, Jack Kealy, and Johnny Lawrence, are staying at the Hotel Excelsior, a down-on-its-luck grand hotel in Chicago. You guys are all here for your own various reasons, but it becomes clear that something is going on in the hotel. During the time that you have stayed here, you have seen clandestine handoffs. You have seen rooms decorated in mystifying images and text. You have become aware that several people around the hotel seem to be missing time and memories that should be known to them. You have met Hollywood starlets, you have met mob enforcers, hitmen, you've met ex-military, you have met religious vicars, and foreign types. Yesterday, or earlier tonight, as it were, even though time has gotten strange to me over the time that we have left off playing, there was a fire in the hotel. Fire claimed the life of one of the hotel's residents, one Elijah Carver, and cost him all his worldly possessions, it would seem, including all manner of manuscripts that Ellie saw decorating the walls of his room. Using the opportunity and the alarm, Jack Kealy took the life of one Lorenzo Ricci, who he traveled all the way from Hollywood, California, to come and kill. Disposing of the body in the burning room, Jack is pretty confident that he has covered his tracks. A detective, local man Simon Drucker, is sniffing about and investigating the case, as well as the case of who was outside Jack Kealy's door on a night previous, when Jack put a gunshot through his hotel room door. Friedrich Bauer, another resident of the hotel, seems convinced that there is something at play here, and has been having discussions with many of you to that effect. He has arranged to meet all of you in his room of the hotel at midnight, hoping to combine the use of an ancient artifact with a chant that is currently on a piece of paper torn in two halves in the possession of Dr. Abernathy, to forestall some calamity or entity that he is referring to as a Voigor. With varying levels of belief and disbelief, three of you are hoping to keep that appointment. Meanwhile, Jack Kealy has been having conversations with Buck, a wannabe war hero from the Great War, who has his suspicions that Bauer may be more than he seems, and may be responsible for the death of his colleague, with whom he was seen having many peculiar conversations in the nights previous. He is hoping to forestall any more lost lives by taking the law into his own hands, and has a similar appointment late at night with Mr. Kealy in Friedrich Bauer's room. At this time, Dr. Abernathy, you have the two pieces of the parchment that Ellie stole from Carver's room, and Johnny Lawrence, catching a quick nap down in the hotel lobby, had a unsettling dream where he witnessed Elijah Carver immolating in his room and burned with him, and emerged from that dream one step closer to insanity, but armed with the idea that he can affect the world around him in a way that he never could before, and inflict some form of invisible flames upon those he wishes harm. Is there anything that I have failed to mention that you as the players deem important to remember before we begin?
No. I went to my room to make a copy of the spell and told my memory-failing aide, Travis, to bust out our weapons out of the hunting gear that is stacked in one of the many rooms that Dr. Abernathy occupies.
I did want to point out that one of my goals actually was to make nice with Nina Lockwood. And Nina Lockwood has made nice with Johnny Lawrence and sort of promised a tandem duo be brought to Hollywood so that she can actually direct, but Johnny will end up deflecting and putting the male face or the beard on the face of it all, so that Hollywood will let it slide and she can then do what she wants to do. So just wanted to point that out, and semi-inked a deal with her to do that, but Johnny wasn't necessarily part of my plans, but apparently now he is.
Yeah, you have a handshake deal with Miss Lockwood, and you have sealed the deal with Miss Lockwood as well.
Oh, I thought that's where that conversation was going to end up.
Yeah,
That's right.
it serpently did. Well,
Thanks, baby.
Dr. Abernathy is up in his room. We'll find out what Jack and Ellie are up to at this moment. But for now, Johnny, you've just woken from this startlingly vivid dream with this new concept in your head of you're not. How would you describe what's going through Johnny's head right now?
So I had a dream of myself burning, right?
You also burn. Yeah, you were right there in the room.
And
Surrounded
but I
by
was
fire.
well, I remember me feeling like I got burned. I just don't remember the rest of the dream. And when you were recapping, you said I saw someone else get burned. Would I watch the guy, the preacher get burned?
Yes. Let's say yes.
Okay. And I forget, had I been drinking before I did this or not?
I mean, I assume, but
yeah. I may have to give that up. I don't know.
I mean, considering the cops were all over the place because of the murder
I
and the
don't
fire
remember.
department, I don't think they were whipping out booze.
I don't remember having done it before. But I think probably now's a good time to start. So, what would be going through his mind right now? He'd probably be concerned and confused. I mean, the first time you see something weird, you probably just discredit it, right? And he's seen a couple of weird things, but this is his first of the supernatural brushes, so he's probably just going to attribute this to that giant breakfast that he had, and just just kind of brush it aside for now. I feel like I could cast a spell, but I mean, come on, that's just crazy talk. People don't actually do that sort of thing. So the first thing I would do upon brushing all of that aside for now is try to probably check the time and see if I have time for a drink, because I believe we still have a midnight appointment with Bauer.
You do have a midnight appointment with Bauer. It has... You caught a few Z's down here for sure. We'll say it's only a half hour till midnight.
That's time enough to get a drink. So I'll make sure there's no cops around and slip over to the speakeasy.
Gotta take the edge off.
Yeah, well, gotta steady the nerves after a bad dream, Like, you don't usually wake up shaking, but we're waking up shaking.
I love this fucking Only Cats.
It's shake and wake, and I help.
So over here, just like, check me out.
So, given everything that's been going on, the speakeasy is not open. There's booze beyond that door. But even though there's nobody here in the lobby right now, there's no one watching you, that door is locked.
Locked is a problem for Johnny, who doesn't have a lot of ways to get around that. Him and his 1% chance to locksmith. And he's probably not the sort of guy who has a stash up in his room. If he did, it'd probably be gone by now. So, does he know? Nah, he'll just hang out here, I think. And, drum his fingers on things and nervously pace and wish the clock would move a little bit faster, because he's not going up. He doesn't want to go up there alone. He doesn't want to, just like go bang on the doctor's door or anything like that. So he'll probably just ride it out.
Instead, Johnny Lawrence will walk to the clock and move the hand forward.
As you are sitting down here in the lobby, you see some of the hotel staff kind of shutting various things down here as the hour has grown quite late. It is just operating on the bare minimum at the moment. You see that large fellow, that broad bellhop moving about and kind of putting the lobby aright. He's clearing out ashtrays and fluffing pillows and returning them to the proper places where they have been moved here and there on the different pieces of furniture by people.
We only have like police tape on the room or whatever, right? Like it's not.
Yeah. There's
like the cops are the hubbub is pretty much calmed down now.
Yeah, they don't want people leaving. And some people, there was some commotion here as people near the room were being displaced, and my room smells like such and such, and can I get a room on the other half of the building and whatnot? And, well, you can't go on the 7th floor, that's all rented out. But now things are pretty calm.
Let's get that hooch flowing.
Just checking in with you. The big bellhop fella comes over, says, excuse me, do you, is there anything I can do for you, sir?
To who?
To Johnny, who is down there in the lobby hanging out.
I cannot for the life of me remember how what I used to sound like for Johnny. No, it's all good. I think, I was thinking of turning in, but, it's about that time, but I just passed out in the lobby, so I'm, well rested, ready to go. Say, why is that door locked tonight? I think I could really use a going through that door.
Oh, well, with all the commotion tonight, you understand, we felt probably best to not open that place up. In fact, we sent. Do you know Mr. Byers? We sent Mr. Byers on home for the evening. Do you need to get in there?
I mean, he's like, I look around. It's like, just the two of us. I mean, I wasn't looking for anything complicated. I just thought I could use a nice stiff cup of behind that door.
Well,
perhaps a flask.
Say, what do you think? Like, he's like, I mean, I know how much they cost. I'm not looking for anything fancy. You think you think that? Do you have a key or anything? Do you think we could just go back there and I'll pay for everything, leave a nice tip?
Well, if you're talking about, if you, I could help you.
I'm not trying to do anything underhanded, I mean,
no,
it's just a missed sales opportunity
that everybody else does around here. We make this stuff on site. I could take you down to where they make the stuff.
Magic happens.
If you would help me out in the way that you would help out Mr. Byers if he were here.
Sure. He said, "Hey," he said, "that if it's against the rules to open up that door, then we don't have to break any rules or anything. I don't really care if it comes out of a bottle or a still. I've got a little flask on me." He's like, and I pull out the flask and a couple of bucks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I think we can work something. He said, yeah, that sounds great. I think we can work something out.
Well, great then. If you would
he just threw 4 bits at you.
Thanks, Erik.
Can't believe he's gonna let people into my still.
I'm loving it.
Well, in that case, Mr. Lawrence, I think. Right this way. And he will head over to the elevator and escort you in.
If there's one thing that you want to do less than going up to a strange European probable Nazis room, and in the middle of the night that you don't know, with some other guys who are probably armed to talk about things that aren't of this world, it's do all of that I just said sober. So yeah, down we go.
So as you get into the hotel, you see Terry, for Terry is his name. I'll try and pop his name up, or pop his picture up on the screen here in just a second. He takes a key ring out from his pocket. All very tiny keys. They don't even look like room keys per se, and there's not that many of them. but he unlocks a panel on the wall of the elevator near where all the rest of the buttons are to go to the different floors, and reveals 2 more buttons behind a little hidden panel. And one of them is marked B, and one of them is marked PH. He hits B. And you feel the elevator lowering yourself down to a previously, for you, unexplored floor. And he closes the panel and he locks it back and shoves his hands in his pockets with the few dollars that you offered him. Once you are down in the bowels of the building, he escorts you through some darkly lit tunnels with flickering electrical work, where there is a kind of the laundry for the rest of the building, as well as this little side storage area where several stills are set up, as well as Ellie's desk area. And he lights up a cigarette and just kind of admits you to make yourself at home, to sample the wares, pick whatever you want, drink whatever you want, while he watches on.
Okay. Well, first off, I'm very glad that we got to the stills and that he didn't just take me down here to kill me.
Yep.
And then after
Right.
that,
Good. That's a good first step.
I'll have a sip of this, that, and the other. I'll be kind of confused that all of this stuff tastes better than that swill that she sent me earlier.
I know, yeah.
A couple of days ago while we were in the casino. And then I'll make a selection, and I guess I could fill up the flask, or there's probably some bottles or something like that down here. So I'll probably just go ahead and pay the guy for a bottle.
Okay.
It's like hey, I believe this is a fair price. I'm gonna give it to you, and I'm gonna trust that you'll get it to whoever it is that needs it. But
They have already received it, believe you me.
But this is the last that I will ever see of these bills.
He takes a drag from the cigarette and shoves those in his pocket, and then he realizes that his pocket is a little bit full. And so he starts to empty his pockets and reorganize and restuff things. And he pulls out his wallet, he pulls out the little bunch of keys, he pulls out a pack of cigarettes, he pulls out a little black notebook, and he sets them aside and he starts reorganizing them.
Pulls out his 45 Magnum.
Nah, he hasn't got one of those things.
Okay.
As he's
I'll
doing
just,
all
like...
this,
Okay.
Nah, go ahead. What were you about to say?
No, go for it.
I'd like you... Shall we call it... Let's call it spot hidden. If you would roll your spot hidden for me, please.
It's the thing that didn't go up. Success.
Success!
Regular success.
Brilliant. Make sure you mark it.
Okay.
That
was a close one.
You've seen that notebook before. You've actually torn pages from that notebook when it was scraped across the table by the man who previously owned it.
Well then.
Let's see how to jot that in the notes.
For the people who are watching that didn't watch previous streams, it's the dead man's notebook.
Yes, so
In
the last stream, Johnny's dream determined that whoever got in there to kill the Reverend either had to be a personal friend or have a key. And they probably have the journal now that no one can find. So basically all of us have looked for it.
Oh, okay. See, thank you for that reminder, because I was about to ask him about it. But if I have any suspicion that this guy might be the one who...
yeah, I make notes on
guy.
Everybody's little cutscenes. So
He ain't bringing
I
it
have
up.
yours here too.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
If I had access
like...
to Mike's notes, I would be better at running this game.
I have shared this document with all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it back up, actually.
he'll just take note, I guess, because the last thing that he wants to do
Take
is
notebook.
I
guess
think you
I
ought to
could
go
try
all
to
Jack Kealy on him.
I guess
Burn
I
him
could try to
alive.
fast hands it again. But I don't know that there's anything of. Did the guy tell us that there was anything of significance in that notebook? That it had value, or is that just something we can assume based on the fact that it was absent and it was the one thing that survived in that room while
Bauer
even the
seemed to
occupant didn't?
ascribe value to it. Bauer wanted it if he could get it.
And looking at it makes you make sanity checks that I
Mhm.
have failed every single time.
I'm trying to remember what like the fast hands.
Sleight of
Sleight
hand.
of hand. Yeah. Oh, mine's crap. Mine's absolute dog shit. Minimum that it can be.
There are multiple ways to skin a cat. No offense to
Yeah.
Katie's pets.
Wow.
I don't feel like I have a lot of leverage here other than my dream. So, but
Dun dun dun.
Your dream made you a wizard, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harry.
It's a pretty damn good dream.
You're
Yeah.
a fucking wizard, Harry.
I love that.
I'm trying to figure out
do
what
you
the
want
like
to-
Steve would not know what to say in this situation, so it's getting in the way of Johnny.
Do you want to take a minute here and us check in?
Hold
someone
on.
else?
You're playing a character. Your character doesn't suffer the same things that you're suffering from.
Which is sad, but I still have to say what my character would say. Yeah, I can think about it. Y'all move on.
All right, let's go up several floors to good old Dr. Abernathy. You have the pieces of the paper that Ellie stole, and it seems like Friedrich was not super keen or appreciative on that, but considers you, at the very least, as an intellectual contemporary. And you have discovered a series of Latin phrases that you believe that you can translate, suss out, copy down, or at least recreate if given enough time.
Yeah, he told me about the monster that he thought. I'm sorry if I interrupted where you were going with
No, go
this,
ahead.
but he told me about the monster that he thought was stealing memories and causing the problems around here. And he said that the Reverend had this incantation and that he had this totem that would somehow protect them or thwart what was going on or something like that. And I assume the totem he's referring to is the Ankh that I think he bought off of that hottie whose name I can't remember.
Francis Boyle.
There you go. Who's not a hottie early in the morning, it turns out, in elevators. I put that in my notes too. But so the way I'm thinking of what's going on with Dr. Abernathy right now, like for anybody who hasn't watched the stream previously, Dr. Abernathy is very straight-laced. He's very rigid. He sticks to his schedule. He wears the same clothes on the same day of the week. He eats the same meals on the same day of the week. But today, he has been introduced to irrefutable proof that people are losing their memories. And then this crazy German professor, or Austrian, or Transylvanian, or whatever he is, professor telling him that it's some sort of invisible magical creature causing all the problems and he can stop it. On the same day that he has failed a couple of sanity checks upon looking at drawings and words, which is certainly new to his. The only thing he's really good at is being smart, and this is confusing the heck out of him. So what I imagine is going on, the Professor Bauer wanted this torn in half incantation back, and I wouldn't give it to him. So I assume I'm going to have to give it back to him at some point. And if this were a movie, I imagine you would have just left Johnny and come up here to sort of a side-on view of Dr. Abernathy sitting at the desk, and his sleeves are rolled up unevenly, and he's kind of sweating, and his tie's not straight, and it's a little undone, and he is frantically making a copy of this thing, looking nothing like himself, with his hand in his hair, messing it all up. And maybe Travis looking through the door, a little concerned about him. And that's really it. Like until midnight, all I'm going to do is copy this thing and make sure I'm getting it perfect. And he's getting a little obsessive, a little OCD about it. Because it made him crazy
Yeah.
to look
Good
at it
old-
the first time.
Good old Everett is not a man known for not having everything in place, not having himself composed inside and out. And Cole, who has had kind of a hard day himself,
Since he can't remember yesterday.
yeah, who is like rummaging in the next room. He's left the door open so he can kind of lean over and look at you now and again. Is trying desperately to go through all the boxes you brought to try and find guns and ammo, which one would have thought would have all been packed nicely together, but in the haste of leaving your family home, was not done so with your usual care. Travis kind of takes a break from doing what he's doing and wanders. Hey, Snoo. Wanders over to you, and he produces a pack of cigarettes. You don't know him as a smoker, but he does smoke. Normally, when he gets out of sorts, irritated, loses too many chess games in a row, which is all of them, and he, Dr. Abernathy, I don't imagine smokes.
You know, I imagine there's a time and a place for everything in his mind, but not, not randomly.
No.
Like after a particular meal with the right group at the club, he might have a pipe or something like that, Not that kind of club there. No,
I can just see him like all roll around.
Lowercase c.
He comes
one of those
to
guys
you
who
with
used to have a post-coital smoke and hasn't picked up his pipe since his wife died.
He comes to you with his drugstore brand, mass-produced cigarettes, lighting one up, and he kind of extends the pack towards you. And it honestly takes you a moment to notice that he's there at all. But he kind of takes drag and kind of clears his throat to garner your attention.
I reach past the pack and take the lit cigarette out of his hand and put it in my mouth. And I say, "What is it, Travis?" And I'm making like my fourth copy now because I think I haven't gotten it exactly right.
Says, "No, sir. I thought I was the one that might need looking after today, but you sure you're all right? You come up here with 2 pieces of God knows what with crazy torn in half picture and ask me to get the guns and you seen the state of yourself, sir."
Well, find the knife too. Find my big hunting knife because I can't just walk around the hotel with a rifle. And then I say, "Oh, wait, before you do that." And I grab his wrist and hold up his hand, palm up, and I flick some ashes in it. Put the cigarette back in my mouth. I still haven't taken my eyes off the paper. I say, "Everything's fine. There's some mystery here, and I'm going to solve it. Something strange about this paper. Look, have you looked at this?" And I turn it like I've done to everybody in this hotel. I show them everything and drain their sanity. So I slide the 2 pieces together and aim it at him and say, "Have you seen anything like this before?"
Let's find out.
He sounds a lot like Hunter S. Thompson. Dr. Hunter S. Thompson.
One of my heroes, actually.
He looks at it. Passes his sanity check for anyone that cares. Because Rob can only roll well when not terribly important. But he looks at the 2 halves and says, I haven't seen anything like it, Everett, and I don't know why it's gripped you so. It's cartoonish drawings from God knows how long ago. Looks Egyptian, maybe? I've not seen you like this. I've known you your entire life, Everett, and this is I know you can become absorbed in your work, but like this.
It's exactly like this. I'm merely absorbed in a mystery. Think about it, man. There's goings on in this place. A murder. A man was tied to a chair and murdered, while another man burned alive in the same room. Oh, look at this. And I reach in my breast pocket and pull out the drawing that was from the front of the notebook, the like
ghoulish face.
the like undead looking thing. I got to make sure he makes that sanity check too. Show that to him, because these are the two that I've failed. And I say there's something otherworldly going on. And before you make a comment about that, I'm not saying magic or supernatural, but something we don't understand. And who's going to figure it out except people like us? It's hurting people in this hotel. We've got to solve this mystery.
You present him with the other piece of art, and you see him look at it, and the color kind of drains from his face, and he quickly puts his hand over the image and just to prevent himself from really seeing it. And you see him look down his hand and just adjust it slightly because an eye was peeking out between two of his fingers in an unsettling way. Says, "Yes, sir, it is quite disturbing, and it is the first time that you have been so closely exposed to death since Miss Josephine. I fear it has not been good for you."
Whether it's good for me or not is irrelevant. You have a medical problem, and I believe, at least this Professor Bauer believes, that he has information that relates to your memory loss. Doing this for you. You're sick. Something's happened to you, and it could happen to me.
We may both be sick, sir. Neither of us have been ourselves. Perhaps it's time to bid farewell to the Excelsior. This is not a happy place. It never was, and it's only gotten worse, and it's begun to take its toll on both of us. Well, if not for your own health, then perhaps mine. Maybe it is time finally for a change.
I, for the first time, turn and actually look him in the eye. And then I slowly stand up and I put my hands on his shoulders. I imagine we're about the same height, even though he probably has 50 pounds on me, you know. And I say, that's not a terrible idea, Travis. If you feel, in fact, as your doctor, I may insist that come morning, you think about moving out. See if you can find us a place to establish ourselves away from the hotel. Go ahead and get there. Begin moving my belongings. I'll complete my research here and join you in a few days, a week at the most.
Let's give you the opportunity to check a box here. He likes what you're saying, but he doesn't maybe love why you're saying it, or maybe he knows you well enough to sense that there's maybe more to this.
But you would never.
This seems either persuasive
Have 2
or charming.
cups of coffee at home.
Your favorite. It's very reasonable, but you might be calling upon your friendship more than his reason.
Yeah, I mean, I'm much better at charm, so I'm more likely to succeed at it. One thing I don't know if we talked about, but these are actually opposed roles. I assume you are doing the other side of those roles, but I'll try to. The truth is, so this is that sort of behind the scenes thing. Probably everybody watching right now gets this. Dr. Abernathy's only about half sincere here. Mostly he wants this conversation to stop, and he doesn't want to have it again tomorrow. So he's trying to persuade him by charming him, because he doesn't necessarily believe this so much as he wants this to be resolved quickly. So I'll try to charm him.
That works.
Oh, I rolled a 33 against a skill of 35.
All right, so you got a success. He earned himself a staunch failure. And He puts one of his hands up on yours, where you're grasping his shoulder, and says, "Does me good to hear you say that. If and encouraged by your leniency in this matter, I'll find the knife, the guns, and the ammo, and if there is any foul play going on, I do hope that we have the means to protect ourselves, but we will both be better off and safer leaving this place behind us."
Agreed.
Well,
And I mean, I make an effort to like roll down my sleeves and straighten my tie, and I realize that maybe I don't look quite together, and I want him to think I am. So I start sort of selling the drama there.
wonderful. He will leave you to it. He will let you know in a few minutes' time that he has found the rifle and he has found the knife, and they are laid out in your bedroom, on the vanity or on the dresser, whatever will fit it. And then he's going to start repacking your things so that you can have a speedy exodus here shortly. In the meantime, you are translating, and this is more, since you're doing this multiple times, you're trying to do this perfect, you are going to translate what is on the paper. The question is quite how well and quite how quickly. You would make a linguistics roll for your Latin, please.
Okay. My Latin is not great, but I had to learn it to be a doctor, so it's on here.
Yep.
An 4 against a 20 is a 5th. It's a critical success.
Holy crap.
That's
I guess
exactly a critical success.
The rolling zeros didn't end for you
It
after
did
all.
not end. By the way, Misty Mountain Gaming, for all your random dice generation needs, they only roll what you need. They're all rigged.
I am going to... this may
Oh,
break the overlay. I'm going to message you on Facebook, Mike.
Huh.
Um,
Okay.
'cause if-
Facebook Messenger?
Yeah.
I hate to sound like a sales pitch, but I too had a magical Misty Mountain weekend because the broadcast dice that that John made me, which I'm sorry, I was trying to find the logo one so I could like show it, but it'll probably be all blurry and gross. But anyway, it has the Mike Roger logo that we use here at the broadcast, and I went on a 5 crit run. Oh, I had advantage, but I went on a 5 crit run because I have this weapon that allows me to just keep hitting. As long as you hit, you just get to keep hitting up to 3 times per attack. So I got 5 crits in a row
Oh my
because of the
goodness.
advantage.
What?
And I can't tell you how happy I was to see that logo come up on these dice. This is the glass dice, and I got to say that I like the glass a lot. They're very nice. Anyway, just throwing it out there. I was eating up some time, I thought, while you were doing math. So
You did an excellent thing because I've got a bunch to read. So probably time to move to someone else would be my suggestion.
Yes, you do this quickly, you go over it, you go over it again, you translate another time just to make sure you came out with the same stuff that you did. You reference one of your medical journals just to try and get the syntax correct on one of these Latin phrases you think. And you are confident of it at about the 1150 mark.
Great. I go in the bathroom before I leave, look in the mirror to make sure I look put together. Rinse
some
the
reason,
cigarette taste out of my mouth.
That one bit of hair is just never going to the right spot
Yeah.
anymore. You look ever so slightly disheveled now.
But I say this out loud right before I leave in both English and Latin.
Okay. We will...
I just want to hear what it sounds like because
Wow.
I'm a little obsessed with it.
Listen to the linguist.
We will preserve the actual verbiage of this for a later reveal.
I figured that was the plan, so I won't say it to everyone else, or otherwise you wouldn't have secreted it to me.
Roll percentile dice for me just for the hell of it. Call it a luck
The giggle, the shits.
53.
53. How's that compare to your luck?
Oh, that is far under my luck. I am super lucky.
Okay. You intone these particular phrases, and Latin is not is a super dead language even at the time. And you wonder here and there if this is pronounced properly. You're sure I mean, it is correct. You rolled really well, but you wonder here and there. And as you were saying this, you kind of finish up. You check yourself in the mirror one last time. You push your hair back. That bang kind of goes back into place, and you feel oddly more at peace and more Dr. Abernathy than you have felt in the past couple of hours.
Awesome. Okay, good. I like that.
Good timing too, as your appointment for the evening is nigh approaching. Let's find out what Ellie has been up to very recently. You
Yes,
recently
hello.
had kind of a run-in with Detective Drucker there in Carver's hotel room, where he caught you in a place that you should not be and kind of escorted you back to your room and kind of put you to bed. Because, but after
Yeah.
having convinced him that you weren't really up to anything, you were just kind of exploring, you were just kind of poking your nose in where what didn't belong, and that you were ditzy's probably not the right word, but that you were just innocently bumbling around into where you shouldn't be. And you have his card burning a hole in your pocket right now. Satisfied that Drucker has left your little area of the hallway, what is your next step?
Well, so I believe, and I might need just the tiniest refresher on whether or not I'm right about this. So at this point, I have figured out that something bad has happened to my previous short-term roommate.
Yeah, when you went out and you investigated the hallway, you found spatters of blood, and you had this this strange sense, this vision, if you believe in vision, of something happening to Lorenzo, him being accosted and then flung into the fiery room. You even found, when you were exploring in there, this space on the carpet that didn't burn quite as well because a body had been covering it.
Right. So yeah, obviously I'm not just gonna do my regular nighttime routine and lay down and go to bed. And I believe that I have his gun now.
You have
So
one of his
that's an
guns
important
now.
thing. I have one of his guns now.
And you were present for the arrangement of the midnight meeting.
Yes.
And Dr. Abernathy seemed insistent that your expertise in the matter of cheerleading and chants might be required.
I mean, I would go anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna waste some time until then. If I feel pretty confident that Drucker is like no longer on this floor. It has been a stressful day. I'm not sure how big the police presence is still in the hotel because I haven't been downstairs for a minute, but I would probably go down and get myself a drink, honestly.
That's fair. I'm, as so often happens in this game, Erik, I apologize for not keeping you better entertained. It's always somebody on these streams. We'll come to Kealy.
Wait, what?
Well,
don't worry about me at all. Nobody needs to hear a freaking thing about me. We're all good.
I
had a run of great
you
stuff
soon.
here.
You have.
Oh.
You really have.
You mean
What a
I should
stud,
be
Jeff
scared is
Kealy.
what you're trying to say? Because now I'm scared. Now I
he's
have
got,
anxiety rising in my body now, and in my mind. You guys, I don't want to do here anymore.
See, I wonder if I can get my shirt to bristle the way that Erik's beard jiggles when he gets animated. Ellie, the reason I say that is because Ellie, it sounds like you're about to head down to where Johnny and Terry happen to be at. So, giving it enough time to satisfy yourself that no one is here, you still see the flashing lights outside. The cops are outside. The ambulances have come and gone. They're just kind of here keeping the peace right now. The fires have died down. The fire engines have gone home. The place is quiet now. But you make your way, honestly, quite close to... you can't actually take the service elevator down. It's too close to the taped off room. So
Mhm.
you have to
Yeah,
make
that's
your
fine.
way. You have to make your way to the real elevator or to the stairs. You do have that little key to take you down to the basement, by the by. As fellow hotel staff, if you needed to take the elevator down to the basement, you could.
Yeah, and before I leave my room, but before I leave my room, I'm going to put some pillows under the blanket so it looks like I'm underneath it. And
Works for the hobbits.
Like a kid at camp.
and like as a lady, I sleep with like a bonnet in my hair at night, so I'm gonna like put it up on the pillow, you know? And I'm gonna put the do not disturb sign on the outside of the door handle
All right.
before I leave.
Those are all good.
Just in case.
Do you want to take the elevator or the stairs down?
I will take the stairs down because like it's not that far. I'm just on the first floor, so it's just a couple of flights. No big deal.
Okay.
Better than like running into somebody on accident on the elevator that I don't want to know that I have left my room.
Well, you will be coming down the stairs, and it's quiet. This is kind of the elevator coming down. Not that you know that anyone's down here, but it would have made a little bit of noise, and it would have kind of announced your presence to the pair of them down here. The stairs are going to be much more surreptitious. And as you come down the stairs, you're passing down a little hallway that has storage closets and janitorial equipment and the boiler room, and you hear a presence. There's conversation happening ahead of you as you are coming into the still area, and you recognize both the voices. You can't hear what they're saying, but Johnny Lawrence just has that presence to him, right? Like he's got a very iconic voice for a guy who never works talkies, and you know Terrence well enough.
Are you sure he's not saying really loudly, "I can't believe she kept giving me the garbage"?
Wait a second. I was drinking this stuff on the floor.
Yeah, I've got a little drain area, and it's like a little catcher underneath the drain, and it's like
Yeah.
It's the Johnny Lawrence.
That smells familiar vaguely.
Yeah, Johnny Lawrence edition.
This stuff down here in the bucket labeled "Do Not Drink."
That all goes into bottles of Johnny Lawrence special edition.
it's Johnny Lawrence black and white label.
It might be the yellow and black, or yellow and red, or
surprised
something.
that Steve's characters
Don't
become the
drink
comedy
this shit.
relief.
To anyone in the chat who is saying that entering the giveaway or doing stream element stuff is not working, I'm gonna have to look into that during the break. I apologize for an inconvenience. I don't know what's going on there. Not sure. Ellie, how does hearing people ahead of you affect what you do? Are you brazenly walking in? Are you trying to hang out and listen, or
The fuck?
what is?
I
Ellie
mean,
doing?
so I recognize both of them. Obviously, Johnny, I'm probably not super concerned about. I don't know what he's doing down here, in my area, so I'm a little concerned about that. But the other guy, I believe, is the one I had the very short kind of altercation. Not really altercation, but
No,
we had a little fight.
You
You've
confronted
talked to
him
him down
about
here before.
telling you a falsehood about
Is that
Yeah.
Terry?
being. That's Terry. Terry Winslow. I promised to put his picture up earlier, and I will try and do that for us again.
I can't remember what he looks like.
Yeah, this is him. Big old broad-shouldered fella.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So he's lied to me before. If I have a chance to like sneak up and eavesdrop on them before I like walk into the room, I'm gonna do that.
Sure.
Might have more secrets. Who knows?
Why don't we do a sneaky roll? Why don't you do a stealth for me?
Yeah. Let me see what I can do.
Is stealth an opposed roll or a regular roll?
Let's say in this case it's opposed, at least for John. Now we're not judging numbers; we're judging levels of success. Here.
Degrees of success, yeah.
perfect.
Okay.
I'm a good listener.
Somehow I don't see that about Johnny.
Well, I only got a regular success. I did get a success, but just a regular one.
Check mark.
I
You
got
didn't
the
do it in
best.
school.
I got the best kind.
You got an extreme success?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try for good old Terry. All right. Terry seems to be none the wiser.
Extreme.
Johnny, you have an awareness that someone is coming down the hallway, and they're coming down the hallway quietly. But Ellie, you have completely escaped Terry's notice. So you are listening, but not looking, from around the corner, as I hope Johnny has now been afforded enough time to decide how he wants to respond to seeing that notebook again.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if it should be influenced by the fact that I hear her coming or not. But I don't know. I looked over Johnny's stats. I think I'm going to pretend he's a guy who thinks he can take care of himself. And despite being down here with no weapons other than the bottle he just picked up. But in a friendly sounding way, to say some not friendly words. Like, say, you're a pretty gutsy guy there, pal. Walking around with a dead man's notebook in your pocket when there's all these cops crawling all over the place. You got a lot more guts than I thought.
Shoving your money into his pocket, you see Terry just stiffen, like every muscle in his body simultaneously contract. Says,
He didn't seem like the sort of
what do you
guy that
mean
would,
there?
well, when he and I spoke earlier this morning and he showed it to me, he seemed like it was real important, like something that he wouldn't want to part with so easily.
Oh,
His friend is
So-
one of his friends upstairs was he said, yeah, and matter of fact, one of his friends upstairs was asking about it. It's like I'm pretty sure that the police would be looking for something like that. If like, or no, I won't say that. I say say I'm not sure if the police know that was missing from the crime scene, but I'm pretty sure someone in the hotel does. You sure that's the sort of thing that you should be carrying around? My impression of this guy is weird now because I'm like, he's breaking a rule by letting me down here, but that's like breaking a cool rule, letting me down here to make a sly buck. But he also might be killing people. So I'm gonna it's gonna depend on how he answers this question. Is it like, you're a guy I've got to kill now, or is it I'm in trouble if he talks to anyone?
Yeah, I'm confused by you both doing the same voice of the character.
No, I was being the guy. I'm like,
No, I know. That's what
is
I'm
this
saying.
guy about to kill me, or is he about to?
You just both went to,
His
that guy land.
response is, oh, so you know who this belongs to? I just found it laying around. I guess I can't return it to him if he's dead. But maybe you're right. I should turn it into the police later. He shoves it into his pocket. If it is really his, like you say.
Yeah. It might be seen as some sort of valuable. It might be seen as something, kind of valuable, or maybe have something to do with the case or something like that. I mean, poor old guy. Because wait, I know they're suspecting arson, right?
I believe.
Or no, because they are the candles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I told you how the guy died. I told you he was tied to a chair.
Oh, that's right.
You
That's
saw
right.
him tied to a chair.
In
as
a
far as the
dream,
public
yeah.
suspicion, it's odd. It could have been. No one has said anything about murder.
Yeah. but he wouldn't be tied to a chair.
Wait till,
Yeah, so I can tell
break.
he was murdered. Like, maybe that's. Yeah. Come to actually, you might want to let me do that for you on account of with all this stuff going on in the hotel. I say, motioning to the still and stuff like that. I'm like, the last thing that you probably want is the police investigating the staff or anything like that. It's like, hey, the police already know I had a connection with the guy. I can say that he loaned it to me or something when I hand it over. Last thing I want to do is for you to get in trouble.
That's awfully nice of you, Mr. Lawrence. If this is police evidence, as you say, it's probably best if I just go ahead to the cops with it myself and let them know where I found it and give my personal affidavit for it. I wouldn't want to put you in that kind of position, not with, your career and whatnot. It's probably publicity that you don't need.
That is a fair point. So I'll just let them know that you have it, and then they can come to you, find you later on.
Very good.
Yeah, that might be best. He reaches over and selects a large bottle from the shelf and takes a swig.
Yeah.
I like the way you both drank and stared at each other.
Ellie, you are hearing all this. What are you up to? What are you doing? What are you thinking?
Well, information noted. Now I know that he has that notebook. Extra suspicious now that I know he has the notebook, because he also lied to me about some stuff earlier. So this is 2 red flags out of 3, so he's not doing good. I'm gonna go ahead and walk out. Just casually,
3 if you count bringing strangers down into the still.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's not okay, and we're gonna have to talk about that. I'm gonna go ahead and walk out and kind of be like, guys, what's happening?
When you come around the corner, Ellie, Harry puts the large bottle back quickly. Says, "Oh, hey, Ellie, do you know Mr. Lawrence?"
All right, my cat. I've run into Mr. Lawrence. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing in the basement. Doesn't really seem like a place for a upstanding guest to the hotel.
Well, he just wanted a drink, considering the events of the evening, and I thought, maybe best to keep him down where no prying eyes could see him.
Exactly.
Right. So when one random guy,
Terry just hated to miss out on a sale just because of all of the attention that upstairs was getting. So he was kind enough to help me. Had some bad dreams, had the shakes, needed a little nightcap to help me sleep. I say, not mentioning the appointment that she knows I'm going to.
Right. So no offense, Mr. Lawrence, when some random guest at the hotel decides he wants to drink when the place is crawling with cops, we bring him down to the distillery that is not supposed to be here, just to make it clear that that's how we're doing things.
Oh, I mean, you're coming down here for a drink. I mean, and I'm coming down here for a drink, and we trust Hollywood types like Mr. Lawrence. He can't tell nobody nothing. It'd be a scandal for him.
Okay, so, I mean, we work here, but not only are you bringing guests down here into my workspace and giving them my liquor, which we'll talk about later, you're also bringing down possessions of a man that was just set on fire upstairs into my distillery.
Now, one thing at a time, Ellie. This is the hotel's liquor, and you make it, but you're an employee here, same as me. And you know what? I try to be nice and I try to be deferential, but you can be really overbearing sometimes. But I mean, you work here just like I do. Now it's not fair for you to treat me that way. I decided.
Damn. This is like housewives and shit.
No, he didn't.
All right, well,
Proud of the guy for
since
standing up for himself before we
I did.
inevitably murder
He
him.
sure did. Yeah, he's definitely gonna die, but good for him.
Oh
Definitely gonna
man,
die.
gonna get a California
Right.
special here in a second.
Wow. Excuse me, first of all. Second of all, since you apparently
You were
work down
saying.
here now. Since you apparently work down here now, control who comes up and down those stairs. I'll just let the big guy upstairs know that you're taking over. Since, you apparently want to.
Well, you and I both know that cost you your job, Ellie. We don't go up to see Mr. Goldman. No one's allowed to go up and see Mr. Goldman. No one but Miss Jo and that cassette girl.
And guests aren't allowed to come down here, but we are already breaking rules.
Not there, never mind.
Well, you feel like you should tell Miss Jo about it, then you go right ahead, Ellie. We'll see what she has to say.
I'm gonna kind of just be like, at this point, and go over and sit down and pour myself a drink.
Hey, you've really gotten a lot better at this stuff in the last 2 days, Ellie. I gotta say, this stuff's killer.
Glad you like it, buddy.
Hey,
The last thing I had of yours was still sweat. Guess all
It's a work in progress.
technically.
if you have helped yourself, Mr. Lawrence, then presence here just seems to be a point of contention all of a sudden. So I can
Sure,
escort
sure.
you.
Oh,
I can
yeah.
escort you upstairs if you like.
No offense to you folks, but this isn't really where I want to drink anyway. So you've, I've got the booze, you've got the money. I'm out of here.
I've got the time.
I know you don't know your way around here super well, Mr. Lawrence. I'll show you the stairs.
So, all right, sounds good. And Ellie, it's like I'll hope to see you soon, right?
Yeah, I'll see you later.
All right. Is there anything around me that I can just because I'm now going again alone with the guy who I kind of just didn't blackmail or coerce.
Very effectively.
Do they leave crowbars lying around or pipe wrenches?
There's probably a set of tools to work on the stills here and make sure everything is tight and as it should be. Actor Johnny Lawrence surreptitiously picking one up in front of two people and carrying it with him is probably a challenge.
Yeah, probably not a good one too. I'm gonna have to settle with the bottle, I think.
Okay.
Righty-ho then.
Well, Ellie, Terry turns to you and says,
I'll
go ahead.
I'll look at while he's looking at her, I'll look at my watch and I'll go, because it's getting close to midnight, I think,
Sorry to offend you, Ellie. We'll have a talk about this real soon. I'll show him the door and I'll come back and maybe we can have a talk about this.
Yeah, I mean, we need to have a conversation to get back on the same wavelength. It's fine.
I think so.
You know.
Here, help yourself to one of my smokes, and I'll be back by the time you finish it. And he hands you a cigarette.
All right.
Now,
I'll take it.
Right
light
this
it.
way, Mr. Lawrence. And he'll start walking you towards the stairwell.
And I'll start going out. Oh, would you look at the time? I forgot I was supposed to meet the doctor upstairs. He's like, well, this is just. He said, well, this is perfect timing. Yeah, come on, yeah. It's like, I guess you got to get back on. I'm sure you got to get back on duty. They're probably waiting for you up in the lobby, and I'll just head up there with you.
Sounds good. Wouldn't want you to be late. Like I said, he will direct you down that hallway, past the boiler room, and all towards the stairwell.
Okay.
Jack Kealy. You have recently had a conversation with Mr. Buchanan about his suspicions about Friedrich Bauer. After successfully, at least for the time being, literally getting away with murder, what are you up to?
I'm actually trying to remember exactly where I was the last, because it was a couple weeks ago. So now I'm like, what? I think at that moment, like I talked to Drucker, I talked to the cops, I chilled, they didn't seem to think there was anything going on with me, at least that I could pick up from them. So, I think it was, probably Lockwood would be my focus.
Yeah. Well, y'all have, I believe it was you having access to her room for the time being, as I recall.
A pleasant byproduct. What can I say?
But you're welcome to be there with her. She's just gonna try. She's trying to sleep and make it tomorrow as soon as possible, because tonight was.
Yeah, now let the dame sleep. No problem. I'll go find some whiskey, and maybe I'll stumble onto something down there in the speakeasy.
You know, as you are kind of looking about, you know, like you're walking about her room and you're collecting your belt from over here and, you know, some undergarment from a fan blade and whatnot.
She's a vixen.
Do a spot hidden roll for me, just for the fun
boy.
of it.
All right.
I've been considering something for a minute.
Okay. I am scared of this.
Yeah, you
Good.
can't find your boxers.
You're going to chafe throughout
I-
the rest of the adventure.
85 is top, 40 is middle. I got a 57.
57, so that's a success?
Yes.
So as you're going through her stuff, you see, or
Kind
kind
of.
of going through
I
her
love
room.
Cthulhu
You're not
t-shirt.
you're not going through her stuff, right? You're going through the room trying to find your stuff, and the place is kind of disheveled. Her stuff is just everywhere. She's a little slovenly. Her effects just have kind of exploded
She's a
all
movie
over the
star.
hotel
Let's
room.
not shame her. My
Yeah,
God.
you know what I mean?
We've been put to a certain level.
But like the suitcases are empty, and she's kind of, her stuff is just kind of everywhere in a nonsensical order. She hasn't really unpacked into the drawers or anything. You know what I mean?
So are her underwear.
Wasn't planning on having anybody in here where they could see. And you notice she has a screenplay set out, and beside it is a thin hardcover book, and it just kind of occurs to you, this is probably the thing she's hoping to work on, probably the thing that she's
Indeed.
hoping to pitch to you later.
I'm going to have to start skimming this thing and seeing what I see.
Okay. The room
Standing
is
there
dark.
in my boxers,
The room is
pants
dark.
halfway
She's
down.
asleep. It's kind of hard to read through or see anything. You want to take it with you to a lit area? Do you want to take it to the bathroom?
Yeah,
Turn on
it
the light?
makes
Do you want to
sense
take
that
it
I
to
would-
the window, or
Well, I would at least take it to the bathroom for a moment while I was dressing and, I don't know, 10-2. I would go there, and then I would, take a look while I could in the bathroom before I put it back. Because I don't want to piss off Miss Lockwood. I'm trying to work a deal with her.
Giggity.
So you go to.
Excuse me,
you
sir.
take
It's
this-
spelled with a U.
Did you take the screenplay or the book,
Guggity?
or both?
I will take the Okay, so here's what I want to do.
Yep.
I want to, and tell me what to roll, but I'm gonna look at this thing and sort of like do the quick little and look at chapter names and things like that. And then I'm gonna pick up the screenplay, and that's what I'm gonna sneak away with.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that I can see if the screenplay I'm looking at might have been taken from that, and I'll take notice of what it is, obviously.
So, no checks required. I think you do all that. Really, the only question is, can you do all this without waking her? So let's have you roll a stealth check as well. You have a bonus die from the chat if you wish to use it.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I mean, I'll probably have to use it because I don't think I've ever rolled stealth. I have no numbers there.
All right, I've given you. Your
Everybody's got
die.
20%.
And I got a 28. 29.
29. And your stealth has what in it? Anything?
0.
All right, so you could buy your way to a success by spending 9 luck, and you got a little luck at the start of this thing, or you could push the roll, and perhaps
I
for some more
will
dire
spend the
cost-
luck 100%.
You'll spend the luck. All right, you succeed.
How many is it?
However much you need to. You rolled a 29, and you need 20 to succeed, so you burn 9 luck on succeeding.
Okay.
And,
Thank you.
excuse me. With that, Jack Kealy sneaks around the room. You make it into the bathroom without having to switch on any lights. You close the door, you bring the lights up, and you kind of have a quick comparison. The book itself does not have a title. It doesn't have a title page, even. In fact, it's just a black-covered book. It's about the size of a modern, like, art book or sketchbook.
It's not a fucking Bible?
Nope.
Okay.
Oddly enough, there are visual similarities to it, though. It's fairly narrow, it's fairly large, but instead of like the gold, like engraved
You
words,
son of a
Holy
bitch!
Bible on it, instead it has.
You just tricked me into reading all the script. I hate you. Okay, go ahead.
It has this like twisty little yellow symbol on it that looks like 3 C's connected with a little dot in the middle. You look at that and you start flipping through the pages, and it seems to be a fairly faithful adaptation of what is in the book. But, of course, it's broken down into settings and this character and description of their apparel and how they enter and their motivations and whatnot. And it has a very, very short cast list, this screenplay. It has a narrator, it has a character called the King, and then there are many chorus parts who come in and they chant something or they sing something and then they leave. And there are these vast, like, page-long descriptions of how they want this set to do. And in fact, you realize it's a play. It's a play being adapted into a screenplay.
Okay.
And it's the set descriptions are weird, with things like strange moons and black stars and twin suns shining in the sky. It's curious. It kind of
Star Wars.
It piques your curiosity, and you kind of want to keep reading when you have time, but it just seems bizarre to you right now. But
I've got to
notice
just like,
on the screenplay, you turn a couple of pages, even though the book itself doesn't have a name or a title page or anything. The screenplay that she has adapted or that she has written or she's working on is called The Yellow King.
Okay. Which is so me right now. I'm so number one. Okay.
But you accomplish all of this in a few moments' time.
Nice. I try to carefully put everything back and not wake her up.
You succeed. You get yourself dressed. You get yourself situated, and you exit the room. If you wanted to, you could maybe leave the door cracked, or if you wanted to try and get back in here later without waking her up, that's.
Oh no, I'm good.
Are you done?
I just need to go urinate.
Fair enough. Well, you could have handled that while you were in the bathroom. But now that you're out and you're free, and...
I meant me.
Oh,
I think that was out of character.
Gotcha.
That was
You know
out
what?
of character.
We hit the 8:30 mark.
It is right here at 8:30. why don't we go ahead and take our break? I will see what's going on with the stream element stuff. We're doing the giveaway at the end of the stream. If you haven't entered yet, please do. It is a subscribers only contest. And we will start doing contests on our Monday night streams for followers and for subscribers.
I think we should give away a T-shirt too. I don't know how, but somehow we should figure that out.
One of your T-shirts or one of my T-shirts?
Yeah, one of mine.
I can do that. We'll just draw.
If anybody wants a beard shirt, I mean, or one of the beard shirts. There's a few different varieties.
There we go. I see you typing, Erik, but we need to go pee. Send me a message for whatever you want, and let me talk about it when we get back. We will be back here in let's say we'll try and be back in 8 minutes. Yeah. Let everyone run use the bathroom, all right? We'll be back soon, cool. And I'll read what you had to say, Erik. See y'all in a minute.
a beer spill, and the keyboard took the hit, and I wiped it all off. I cleaned it off. I thought everything was good, but now I don't do W's or P's or S's. There's certain letters that just don't work anymore.
I know you do peas. That's what we took a break.
Yeah, that's why we had to take a
Yes.
break. But bump.
The reason we took a break.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yes. Oh, we're live. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, my keyboard's all messed up, and yeah, I couldn't even fill in my stats because the 7 is not working.
Oh no.
So my charm, I had
Do you
to.
have the number
just track
pad
it.
over on the side, or no?
I have that, and only certain keys are working. It's
Oh.
utterly amazing. I cannot explain why. Like I'm like, oh wait, how does that one not work, but this one? It's the weirdest thing. So there is a keyboard supposed to show up tomorrow, and yay. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
No, all good. Well, welcome back.
And hi, everybody.
Thank you for bearing with us through the break. We're back for some more good Call of Cthulhu fun. I see people in the chat appreciated the reference I was making. I saw Mike's head bobbing here and there. I know he knows what is going on.
Oh yeah, I almost changed my background to the symbol you described because I have like 16 copies of it on my computer, but my character knows nothing about it, and I'm pretty good about keeping those things separate.
And that is good, and I like to entertain us as the players and us as the audience as well with references to things sometimes, so you have stuff to look forward to. With that said, I will remind everyone that we are doing a giveaway tonight. At the end of this latter half of the stream, we will be doing a drawing for convention-exclusive hollow dice from Misty Mountain Gaming, ones that I have rolled on the channel before, and that they're actually some of my favorite hollow dice sets. So I hope you will enjoy them.
Thank you to Existential, by the way. That was wonderful.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. And thank you for looking into the Stream Elements problems. I can't pop up links. A lot of my bot commands are not working for Stream Elements, and that's nothing that we can do anything about. If you are trying to enter the giveaway and are not a subscriber, whether you bought it for yourself or have earned one from the generosity of another, you will find yourself unable to enter this particular giveaway. That said, everyone who has entered has maxed out their tickets, so we are going to have a highly contested drawing at the end of the stream. So if you are watching and haven't entered, consider subscribing and get yourself some free dice. All right. I think that was all. Let's return to Johnny Lawrence heading down the hallway in the basement. He leads you to a door. Terry does. Opens the door. Says, "This stairwell goes all the way up to any floor that you could want to get yourself to. Goes all the way almost to the top of the building. So wherever you're headed, this will take you there." And he just
we're not
stands there in
going
the doorway, holding it open for you.
We're not headed back to the elevator?
Oh, would you rather take the elevator?
Beats walking.
Sure, Mr. Lawrence. We'll take the elevator right this way. And he leads you back down the hallway you just came through. And you guys pass Ellie.
Yeah, I don't know why we even went down this way. So
if they're passing back by me,
yeah,
I'm just gonna go with them. I've got my drink. I filled up my flask.
It's
getting pretty late, right? Yeah.
It's
real quick,
it's
in
10
game.
till midnight.
Okay, yeah, I gotta get going because I gotta do the thing. So
Yeah.
I feel like I should be hearing a bell. Sorry.
yeah, I was just coming down here for a quick drink. So
Got it. All right. Well, I'll drop you where you're going then. What floor, Mr. Lawrence?
which one do I live on? I'm going practically to the top. We'll drop you. He's like, we'll just drop you off. You can press button 8.
Button 8. All right. And I know where your room is, Ellie. And he presses the first floor.
Oh, wait, hold on. I shouldn't have told him which floor I'm on. He can figure that out. He works here.
What floor is our meeting on?
Floor 8.
Excuse me.
Hey,
Floor
Fancy,
8? Okay.
Fancy.
Sorry,
Okay.
actually, sorry. Floor 9 is Bauer's room.
904 is Bauer.
Okay. I'm not gonna say anything right now. It's a
Alright.
lot of stairs, though.
The
Yeah,
elevator,
that's a lot of stairs.
The
A lot of
elevator
stairs.
ascends and opens on the first floor, which again is the first floor of rooms after the lobby and the mezzanine. And Harry kind of leans back to let you out.
I'll step out, but I give him a look first. Kind of a we're not done look.
Do you still want to talk when I've escorted Mr. Lawrence? Do I meet you downstairs or talk tomorrow?
I think we can just talk tomorrow. It's getting a little late, and it's been a stressful day, so let's not push it. Maybe we're all a little high strung right now.
Sounds good, Ellie. Talk to you tomorrow then. Presses the little door to shut the button to shut the doors on the elevator.
I'm gonna go right to the stairs.
All right.
Now,
We'll
which is the entrance above or below floor 1?
Entrance to the hotel
Yeah.
below.
Okay, so he went past his stop to escort us to our rooms then.
Depending on where you
Since
think
he's
he's
the
going. Yeah.
I assume the bellhop would probably hang out somewhere near the desk or the door or something.
That's a fair
Fair
assumption.
enough. Yeah.
Unless he's creeping around people's rooms.
Almost getting shot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you have
Look around
anything
and
else you
find
want
it
to
out.
do there, Johnny?
Oh, and she's getting off? No, not really.
Okay. Sounds like something has kind of struck you as odd. Do you want to make a psychology roll then?
Sure. That just went up and it's still really bad. That's not good.
Do you want to remember in Call of Cthulhu, whenever you fail a roll, which I'm sorry you don't have a bonus die to put towards it right now, but you can spend luck to turn a roll into a success. Or
I'll
you
save
can
that
try
42
pushing
luck.
the roll and
I'll
taking.
I'll save that 42 luck and just continue to be suspicious.
Okay. Well, as you the elevator lurches and begins to rise, and as he does, Harry reaches into his pocket and pulls out those keys. He sticks them into that little compartment, twists it again, and he presses the PH button and puts them back into his pocket. And after closing the panel, then was really nice to meet you, Mr. Lawrence. Don't get a lot of opportunity to speak with celebrity in this line of work.
Yeah, likewise. I mean, about the meeting you two part. It's like, and appreciate the drink.
Yeah, well,
Just gonna keep watching his hands, whether when he's like, reaching into his pocket and stuff.
Just real shame you had to mention that notebook. And he presses a button on the elevator and it lurches to a halt between floors.
Hey.
Oh.
Yeah.
There we go. Did you say he pushed the penthouse button before?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I just was making sure I captured that, even though I don't know it.
He turns around to you and cracks his neck and then his knuckles and prepares himself to take a swing at you.
Okay.
So
Well, it couldn't be better that
I don't
that
know how
you
Call of
actually have
Cthulhu
popcorn
combat
in your
works.
hand, Kealy.
Can real quick, Karama Lama, Ding Dong. I cannot actually type back to you, but don't worry about it. Just tell me which one, and you're good. And to Family Fantasy RPG, thanks for coming by. And by the way,
oh hey,
I just want to promote this. This guy makes these really great campaigns for families. Like you could have your 5-year-old playing with you. If you're into tabletop, they make some really cool stuff.
Excellent.
Done. Sorry.
nope, you are a-okay.
I can't type because I can't put WPS. Like there's words missing, so I couldn't say like I got you, bro. Or don't worry. Yeah, I can't even say you because the U is missing. Like,
We got to get you a keyboard.
oh, it's coming. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm just saying, like I couldn't reply, and I wanted to reply. But now I've derailed the show. I'm sorry.
No, you are fine. All right, so
I don't know how combat works in Call of Cthulhu.
Yes,
I just say,
you just perfectly rewound.
I'm really stunned to regret that too.
Cheat sheet.
You know.
So, how Call of Cthulhu's combat begins is you act
Loosen
in
my tie.
dexterity order.
God.
The quicker you are, the more dexterous you are, the quicker you can act when who hits the fan, as they say. So, what is
stinks.
your dex, Johnny?
The fat 45.
A 45. He is going to get the jump on you. Now, you do have a Mythos spell. And if you are wanting to cast a Mythos spell, I believe you have a bonus to your dexterity for the purposes of initiative, as though you were holding a readied gun, basically, at any time. I think that was in the message I sent you.
I think I copied that message over. I don't have anything about that. Let me go back and see if I can find it in our messages.
Here we go, guys. Now comes the
wonderful
flippy
entertainment
rulebook part. That should be in my
I feel like
grimoire section.
Oh, it activates on the user's dex plus 50. Okay. I didn't copy that part over because it wasn't part of the same message.
I don't know if Cthulhu's scared of cats. I think cats just don't give a fuck. So
in the Brendan Fraser
movie, the mummy
is.
I like the way he holds the cat and it's out at it like it's a gun.
Yeah, I could totally get the drop on this guy then, because I'd have a 95 with that.
Which would be higher than his dexterity, for the record.
Surely so. But if I'm really playing the guy, I don't think
it is so. Don't call me Shirley.
I don't think that he knows that works yet, you know?
Okay. Well, I am happy.
Or unless somehow getting this gives me the certainty that I can use magic. I don't know. I mean, I guess I've got the spell.
I should have stayed with you.
Pure metagaming. I'm just going to tell you, if this guy hits you hard enough, you're dead. That's how Cthulhu works.
The one punch guy. I mean, yeah, I don't have a lot of hit points.
Look, his name is Bruce Lee.
This is real life.
Okay. Well,
this is Cthulhu.
Maybe
is
for wanting to stick on the show.
Not D&D.
It's far deadlier than D&D. You are expected to use everything in your arsenal if you want to live. I can appreciate wanting to play the character well, and I will give you mad respect if that's how you choose to play it.
I've tried to do Cthulhu, but it's not.
It would kind of stink to have one of us go down on the very first time they did anything. So maybe we'll say that what do you got to lose, right? Maybe you go ahead and try the thing before you take a swing with a bottle.
Sure, and you can say it's instinct, right? You just have this literally crazy idea in your head.
Yeah, like I said, and what do you got to lose, right? So, you say the mumbo jumbo or whatever, and if nothing happens, oh well.
All right, so that's the plan then?
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. So I have to spend 8 magic points, so I'll do that.
I'll never be the spellcaster, by the way.
No,
I'm not.
My power is so low.
Not for nothing. I can only do this.
Do you mean Mike or do you mean Everett?
Well, I mean Everett. Yeah, sorry. Everett will never be.
Yeah, 8 magic points is pretty high. So this is probably a one-hit wonder for me. Watch me do this and roll a 1, and then I do a 1d6 sanity points.
Yep, you could go if you roll a 5 or a 6, you get to go temporarily insane immediately.
We're mourning the
Okay.
death of Johnny Lawrence here.
Yeah, I mean, this is the only game I know that one of the first decisions you have to make is whether you want to flee. Like, it's on the list of possible actions, is just to run away, except he's trapped you in an elevator.
Yeah. So 2 sanity is going away.
Mm-hmm.
So the good news is when you're not making a sanity roll, I can't like make you squeeze the trigger or make you seize up and rip a paper in half. If you're just losing sanity, you're just losing sanity. All right.
So we go all like 12 months.
Then I have to do a contested power roll.
So many things to reference.
Whoa.
What fun! I haven't done this since I didn't know what D&D was like.
Wow. Power roll. Oh, yeah.
All right, now,
I'm just
in
enjoying
the
the
chat,
show.
I will remind you, if you want to arm Johnny Lawrence with the ability to do his job better, channel points can be spent to earn him bonus dice that he might need going mano-a-mano with the henchman.
And
I don't think I
I'm
can
not
buy
gonna
him
be that guy and give them to
Probably.
myself.
There
so.
it is. Thank
TPK.
you, Erik. You have a bonus die, Steve.
Existential just dropped it on you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
and
you very
there's,
much.
you know
Erik.
what? There's another one. You got a backup from Dabs when you spend one, so use it
What?
callously.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna make a power roll, yeah?
Otherwise, someone else will have to be the comic relief if I get knocked out.
Oh, come
Here you
on
go.
now.
I got a good 50 on this. You ready?
Yep.
How's your pow?
The action hero.
My power is 60.
All right, I
And I-
achieved a regular success. Well, wait a minute.
I
Is
also
it halves and thirds or is it
halves and fifths.
Okay, yeah, a regular success for me.
Yeah, I also got a regular success.
Okay.
Mediocrity versus mediocrity.
I believe
Sorry, that's terrible.
I believe that Mike helped me out here. Is that a success in favor of the caster?
When it ties, I bet it is, but I don't know. I'll have to check with spellcasting. Sorry.
I would assume that it goes to the player than the keeper.
It's definitely
Yeah,
that way in
it
D&D.
either goes to the initiator or the defender, but considering
Here we go.
Well, considering Cthulhu,
Both
you're
sides
right.
make
It
power
could
roll
go.
parallels with the higher one being the victor. In the case of a tie, the higher POW wins. And if
Oh,
the
there you
sides
go.
are still drawn, the keeper can decide that they're both affected adversely in the same manner.
there are a
That's
few things
awesome.
like that in the game where it actually goes to the stat.
So it goes the same. We just proved that Johnny's is higher. So Johnny, you are going to be successful in this.
Okay.
Oh my.
Unless even if I also suffer the effects,
You don't.
the result is your choice apparently of 1d4 or 1d8 of sanity damage to him.
So that is, I make a sanity roll, and if I succeed, it's a D4. If not, it's a D8.
Okay. And then I get to give you a d8 of health damage as this spell, which is meant to torture, torment, or permanently harm a target. One of his selected appendages, in this case his right arm, rapidly and excruciatingly shrivels and withers.
That's not
Whoa.
normal.
Oh,
I mean,
shoot.
it just shriveled in front of
Here.
me. What the
I think
hell?
somebody just bought the keeper a
bonus die.
bonus. Yep.
I need you
I
to
got,
have
I
this,
got
Rob.
one. It's on deck.
Oh yes, like a big old poop on deck.
All right.
I'm gonna find a d8
I'm
I
also
can
going to
read.
roll 2d10. Or you roll 2d10. You also need to roll 2d10 because he's going to permanently lose some constitution from your spell.
Oh, that's a mean spell.
I rolled a 1 on the damage.
Okay.
Oh,
Ouch.
I
Ouch for
knew
you.
that was going to
Not-
happen.
not
I think
much
I
for
called
him.
it earlier in the episode. Run the tapes. And then I do what now?
Roll 2d10.
Okay, like usual. I got a 2 and a 0.
Okay, so he's gonna lose 12 Constitution and 1 HP.
Well, that's one way to kill him.
Yeah. I mean,
Rob, I get a little blingy bling.
oh, you get one?
I get a little blingy bling.
Oh, I
there's
got
damage.
one too. Look at that.
Well,
Look at all
that
of
one
these elder
damage
signs.
isn't going to
Thank you,
kill him,
Leo.
but it's at least it happened instead of not happening. And if I didn't have it, it might have not happened at all.
All right, so describe to me what Johnny does, so I can then describe what happens next.
Well, so it's not like in D&D where it's like this has material and verbal components and stuff like that. Like, so what do you do to cast a spell in Cthulhu?
So this is an instantaneous one. I think that based on how you got this, that there should be something. What you say when you do it, maybe a sign you make with your hand as well. But it is up to you. I'm leaving it to you to flavor it.
Remember, you lost a little sanity for doing it, and I would work that into whatever. You have to call up a weird image in your head or something.
If you peel back their skin, they're
this
all
is-
reptiles, man.
This is all good roleplay-y stuff. So there's not as many mechanical restrictions like there are in D&D.
Not at all.
Wave your hands, throw ash in the air, and have 100 gold pearl in your pocket.
And don't care.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well,
You
I'll
said
do.
wave your hand there. Sorry.
I will, because I think you said we flavored this as
I
like.
liked your little Roy Mustang gift you sent me. the last
Yeah.
time.
Oh yeah. We could just go full Roy Mustang, and I'd like snap my fingers at him or something like that. But I'll say some sort of Cthulhu-y sounding word as I remember the image of the guy burning in the chair, because that's what I saw when the thing happened or whatever. You know, when the spell was imparted to me, I was seeing people burning or whatever, and so we're just trying to put that on his arm.
So unbelievably hot.
Sorry.
See.
I don't know if enough Cthulhu words to make one up on the spot.
I'll get you here.
Cuida.
Um,
Oh, nah.
here's one for you to write down. Cthulhu.
Oh, here's one. Yeah, you can't just say that and then be like, yeah, write that down. It's a Cthulhu word.
CTHUGHA. I'll text it to you in a second. We'll do
I've got a whole page of words from the books. So
yeah, I mean, I've got lots of pages from words from the books because
I think Mike wants everybody to know that he's well prepared,
or something like that. So I said Rathmaga or something, and
wait, are we speaking Klingon?
Figure that out.
Kapla!
So as you say that, your eye twitches a little bit, and you snap your fingers, and you feel that you lose a little bit of yourself in a way that feels good, a way that feels freeing, in a way like you're flexing a muscle you didn't know you had and that has atrophied for far too long. And you watch.
I'm using that other 10% of my brain, guys.
There's a little thing in the corner of your eye that just says like, "Oh, new pathway revealed."
He raises up his hand as though to bring it down on you, and as he does, his face twists into this horrified face of silent agony as you watch as that large, meaty, bulky fist and the powerful arm that holds it begins to shrink, shrivel, and the skin just starts to droop off of the withered muscles as it looks like he hasn't used that arm in ages. And you smell like that acrid, like burnt hair, burnt flesh, but there's no smoke, there's no visual impulse of flame. But as he looks at his hand as it takes on this new appearance, as he was ready to bring it down to you, and then it kind of slumps down to his side as he suddenly lacks the strength to hold it aloft any longer, he starts to laugh. He starts to laugh
I've only got
in a way that it doesn't sound funny, it sounds maniacal.
that is the best picture of Katie.
minimum damage on this thing, which I wish it would have been like, but whatever. It would have been cool if he died. But since he didn't, I think I'm gonna hit him over the head with the bottle.
Yeah, he spends his turn. He lost enough sanity when you hit him with that all he can do right now is laugh. That's all he is capable of doing at the moment. So you have an opportunity to do another thing. You're coming at him just to whop him, yeah?
Yep. I've got a good brawl. Would that be brawl?
Let's do some brawl. You know what? He's got a fairly decent brawl too. So he's not going to dodge, he's going to fight back.
My dice disappeared.
When you're in a fight in Call of Cthulhu, you don't have to sit there and take it. You can either try and get out of the way and avoid harm, or you can try and change the situation in the fight, or you can just say, no, you're not hitting me, I'm hitting you. And that's how it would
Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting
Which
yourself?
is
Why are
what
you
Jack
hitting yourself?
Kealy should always do with that
always
89.
fight back. He has to get a higher level of success than you, but he is not a stranger to a fight. Rob also just dropped his dice. Please hold.
All right, here I go. I'm going to use another one of my fancy dice. There we go.
Hello,
There.
thank you for dropping your dice. Please
This
hold.
way. Is it
Left hand.
I don't know how close I have to get my hand. There we go.
I'm going to use a bonus die. As a matter of fact, is he too? Is that what Steve was saying there when my headphones slipped off my head?
Yeah, because he's got one
Yeah.
queued up, so he might as well use it.
That's true.
Yep.
You know what? I got one queued up. I've been bought 3 during this session, and I've had one for so many sessions.
So many.
Johnny's brawl is one of his strongest stats because from all the fight scenes he's been in movies. Granted, they were choreographed and everyone pulled his punches, but they had to look realistic.
So
By all means, bring it.
And only because of the bonus die that Existential Nerd bought me, I got a hard success.
Critical success.
Oh,
Sweet.
critical
Oh.
success. Not an extreme, but a critical success?
Oh no, the other one.
Okay.
The
Extreme.
the 1/5.
Okay, extreme success. So, he does not get to
Oh,
fight.
thank you, Holden. Yes, I will remember that. I'll remember that.
He does
Both of you
not
went extreme.
get to fight back. He fails to dodge. He fails to harm you in any way, and you are going to deal some damage to him. So
Do my
look on your character
French
sheet.
kung fu.
That's it. Look on your character
Your
sheet,
sheet-
and in the
Your
bottom
sheet should
right,
automatically fill in your brawl damage.
should be down there under
I've
your
got
weapons.
It just says plus D4.
Yeah.
Oh
that-
no, damage 1D3 plus DB.
Plus your damage bonus, which is going to be 0 unless you're very strong or very big or both.
I'm pretty strong, but
Look in the
it
bottom right of
say
your
a number.
character sheet. It should
Bottom
say
right.
Damage
yeah,
bonus
Of
build
the
and
very
dodge.
first page.
yeah,
I have,
D4.
I have
So
a
it's a
1
D3 plus a
D4.
D4.
Okay, so
There you
roll a
go.
D6, half it, and then add a D4, and we'll take that away from his health.
Okay. Let's
Hope
go
it's
blue
roll.
dice. Okay. You half and you round up, right? So
5 into 6 is a 3.
yeah,
and
so
4
a
is a
3
2.
is a 2, and then that's a 2, so that's 4 damage.
4 damage. Okay.
That's probably not enough to take this guy down, but it's a start.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Withered arm or no withered arm. So what do you do to Terry?
I'd take my bottle and smash it over his laughing head.
All right. You have to reach up. He's a tall fella. And you smash it
I'm
over
a
his head.
tall fella.
The
But he's big.
Sure
Yeah.
didn't sound like
Yeah.
it.
And it's a full bottle too, so it rains whiskey down over you both as you smash it over his head, and it goes into pieces, and he staggers back and he lifts his left hand to his head, and that hurt him, and blood starts to pour down mixed with the whiskey going down his face as his mouth is still open and twisted into a maniacal grin. He doesn't go down, but that did hurt him. And now it's
Man,
his
I wish
turn.
you would just. Man, I wish you would just go down.
So he's going to come at you with that left arm of his, and he is going to try and clobber you.
Okay,
Thing with him,
I'm gonna try that.
That's
But
a pretty
we'll see how it
common
are
thing.
you going to try
where
and dodge, or are you going to try and fight back?
My fight back is barely worse than my dodge, so I feel like I'll just do that.
Dodge, you win
If you just succeed.
if you match his success. To fight back, you have to get a success higher than him.
Yep.
Just so
Okay.
you know.
Okay, well I'll dodge then.
Okay.
But so is it dive for cover that takes your next turn, or if he dodges, he loses his next turn?
Dive for cover is really not important in melee.
No, I realize that. I'm just saying one of them takes away your next turn.
It's
Does
the
it
dive
just
for
plain old
cover, I
dodge
think.
does? Okay.
You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what I recall.
Okay.
Because the idea of diving for cover is that you kind of stay back there.
Yeah. That's it. Yes, I think a normal dodge, you still get your next turn. You're right.
Do I spend points before or after you tell me the result? Luck points and stuff.
I guess that would be up to you. But first of all,
I'll
I'm
go
gonna
ahead
take
and
my swing at
I'll
you.
go ahead and spend points. Well, I mean, I guess I need to know if you hit at all. If you miss, I don't know. I don't know how this works. I'm very close to a hard success.
He rolled an extreme success.
Extreme. Okay, so I'm getting hit.
You are getting hit. Luckily, he does not. Impaling strikes are a thing, by the way, and he does not have a bladed weapon. But if you can find yourself
Yeah,
something that does piercing
have to
damage, use that.
Yeah.
Use a gun if you want to kill somebody.
So oddly enough, he has the same damage bonus that you do. Because y'all are both
So
larger
it's
fellows, so he's gonna come
so
at you
strange.
with a D6 and a D4, or a D3 and a D4 here.
Okay, so that's good. That means it's impossible for me to die this hit.
That is correct. He is gonna hit you for 3 damage.
Okay.
He rolled terribly on both.
Yes, he did.
But that was his first swing, and he is a cheating Call of Cthulhu guy. And he is going to hit a second one.
Okay. Do I
Grab
also
your
oppose this
butt.
one?
You can choose again to dodge or fight back.
Okay. I guess I'll. I can't let this go too long.
But Lawrence is a dodger.
An artful dodger.
An artful dodger, indeed.
Yeah, I think if he gets 2 attacks, I almost feel like I need to go big. See what happens.
Go home.
Because then I'll get another chance to attack on my turn, right?
Yeah.
I don't really know how initiative works, but
Well, we know what going big is.
You
we gotta knock
him
this
in
guy.
initiative.
And I also don't know the difference between knocking him out and killing him. So, I don't know how that works.
You let me know which one you're trying to do. If you do enough damage to him in one hit, he's knocked out.
Okay, I'm gonna fight back.
Okay.
Oh my god.
You want to spend
That's
one
really
of your bonus dice?
Do I have one?
Yes,
I've used 2.
You've used 2?
Yeah.
And I'll take this away.
Oh my. No more blingy
I-
star in the corner.
Definitely would have. But yeah, we're gonna go with what we got.
Okay, I got a regular success.
Okay.
And what you got?
Let me look at some numbers. This is going to be peak Cthulhu right here. By which I mean the worst decision ever. I rolled an 82.
Oh goodness.
And I'm going to spend enough luck to where I beat him.
Woo! So how much do you need to get a hard success?
To get a hard success, I need to spend 46 luck, Rob.
Oh!
Awesome. Wow, that's great.
My.
All right.
That's a lot of luck.
Well, not only have you... Oh, man, you gotta tell
Better
me...
than dying.
You gotta tell me how... Here you go. So you've covered this guy in this slick booze, right? He comes in and he clocks you, and as he takes another step to swing at you with that left arm again, his foot just slips on the newly wet elevator.
I'll slip. I'll fall backwards.
Sure, there you
and
go.
my foot will come up and kick him in the nuts.
Wow.
Roll your damage bonus or your
The
damage.
This is like
the least
drunken.
sexy way. Very glad that no one is watching this.
Yeah,
fight.
it's totally drunken master right here.
I'm gonna say
what?
that it was a great fight when I
see
retell the story of this.
Yeah.
Why are his testicles crushed? I don't know.
Well, he doesn't want children. It was a
Born
service.
from birth.
Okay,
I don't
now
know
we're
how he
looking
still
at
walks around after that. But...
now we're looking at 6 damage.
6 damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I was gonna say I shivved him with the bottle or something because I have the broken. That's 6 damage. That's what I'll do.
Pain.
I'll
6 points of
I'll
damage.
slip to the
I know,
side, and
right?
when he misses, I'll shank him with the
Again,
bottle.
Really lethal game. Like
Oh
Mhm.
my!
2 punches could, conceivably kill somebody. I'm going to
Yeah,
make sure.
I don't think there's a very real possibility that Johnny would not have survived a second punch. So
Yeah.
that's why we have to spend 40 something points of
That's
luck.
why we don't invest in solo.
You made the right decision.
I don't disagree. Because he
Put up
had
chat.
6 hit points left.
Ooh, well, he is not knocked out. This just got a lot more
So
complicated.
he is
everyone.
at 0 hit points, and I can indicate one of the 3 conditions. If only regular damage has been taken, the character doesn't die and will heal in time. Major wound and will soon die unless first aid is administered.
If he's
Or
taken a
death
major
is
wound,
inevitable.
he would only take a major wound if he took half his total in one hit.
Which he just did because he had 11.
Okay, so he does have a major wound. He needs a doctor then.
All right, so Johnny, you come in with that broken bottle, the neck of it that you just smashed over his head. You stab up towards his torso and you catch something important, and you twist and kind of rip away to free it for the next strike. But that seems to be all that's necessary. He's looking down, the twisted face on him just kind of begins to fall into a as if the Joker face from the Batman cartoon just kind of starts to sag. He slumps down, his eyes roll back in his head, and whiskey and this man's blood are starting to cover the floor of this stopped elevator. And,
Why so serious?
and you are, for the moment, safe.
This is a big problem. Okay, which floors am I in between right now?
You are between, let's say, 6 and 7.
6 and 7? Okay. I'm gonna get this, guys. I'm gonna get the notebook.
Mm-hmm.
First off, I'm gonna freak out for a good solid 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
Fortunately, I'm half a floor away.
The floor is getting more soaked. It's on you by the whiskey and this man's guts. And now it's starting to get on your shoes.
Uh-huh. That's good. I've got a plan, but Johnny's gonna freak out for a bit. Yeah, I say. So, first, we get the notebook. Second, we get the key that allows us to manipulate the elevator. We turn it and go up to floor 7, and we turn it off. Or does that key just let you go to the penthouse, or does it operate?
Opens the panel to go to B and PH.
Okay. I need to stop the elevator somehow. Is there I don't know how old elevators works. Is there a way for me to disable the elevator?
He seemed to have pushed a button that froze it. There's like an emergency stop.
Good. Okay, so I'm gonna reactivate the elevator and do the emergency stop thing again on floor 7.
Okay.
After I've grabbed the stuff. Thank you for the reminder to get that book, Holdren. And I'm going to just hope that the doctor can do something about this, one way or the other.
Okay.
Does the door open into like a foyer, or does it open into the doctor's living room?
Opens into the hall like it would on any other floor. Just all of the rooms up here are reserved for the doctor.
Gotcha. Okay. I got to get this guy out.
The guy that's bleeding out there on the floor needs to make a con roll at the end of each round. Until he, let's see, dying first aid. Yeah, I think he's going to have to make a con check. The character immediately falls unconscious. The player must make a con roll at the end of the next round, and every round thereafter. If one of these con rolls fails, the character dies immediately. Only the first aid skill can be used to stabilize a dying character, and that first aid has to be given within 1 hour of this happening. So he's basically in danger of dying every second until somebody does first aid on him.
Johnny wanted to
Well,
freak
every
out
minute.
for for a minute
Well-
there, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, at least a couple seconds. But then I'll probably go and try to get the doctor to see if he can take, because, for all whatever things he's becoming today, he doesn't want to be a murderer. So,
Okay. I'm gonna leave this more in Johnny's hands. Make a luck roll, Johnny.
I don't
You
have much
just-
luck
You
anymore.
burned a lot of luck there.
So how does a luck roll work? I have to roll under my current?
Yep.
That's right.
Where did my
Unless
dice
you
go?
are
that
very
roll low?
lucky, he is going to probably be dead before those elevator doors open.
I rolled another 80 something. So
So you make this plan, you go up to the next floor, you go up to floor 7, you press the button, you've gone through this guy's pockets, you reach down there to start dragging him, and then it occurs to you that his chest is not rising and falling anymore. His skin, even the bits of it on his body that are still tightly pressed to the muscle-bound flesh, is starting to lose color as the blood has drained from it.
I'm gonna ditch my shoes in the elevator and hop out so that I'm not leaving a bunch of footprints or whatever, and go and hammer on Doc's door.
Okay?
Just epithelials and actual toe prints, but okay.
You have, yeah, and, well, the good news is the elevator's not going anywhere when it's been emergency stopped, as Johnny did. So, Dr. Abernathy, at your room, you have gathered your things. You have just finished saying your mirror mantra. You're feeling like the good old Dr. Abernathy. You're frankly feeling more yourself than you have in recent months.
Super.
And you gather your things, and you are heading towards the door already when there is a startling, frenzied banging on it.
All right, well, I am actually taking that knife and sliding it under my coat in the nape of my back as that happens. And I buckle up my jacket. And I guess since I'm feeling so confident, I'm not worried about who's on the other side of the door. So I just open it.
All right. What is
So,
the picture of Johnny,
Johnny
Lawrence
Lawrence-
on the other side of that door?
Johnny Lawrence,
Whiskey and blood.
tied to the side, thinking of booze, wild-eyed, blood spattered on one side of his face, and a where would I have gotten socked? I guess.
He would be going for vitals, so
Well,
the face.
but I
or the
mean,
chest.
somebody would hit you with the right hand, so your left cheek
Yeah.
would be
Yeah.
beat
So
up.
I'd say if he went for the face, I'd have like a bad bruise on my jaw. You know, maybe it's broken or something like that.
Get that bag of
Blood
oranges and
spattered
like, go
on
to
the
work
right
on your
side. And,
ribs.
Tied to the side, wild-eyed. It's like, Doc, you got to come quick. He's like,
Are you hurt, Mr.
Elevator.
Lawrence? Mr.
This
Lawrence, you're
shit
obviously
could
hurt. Calm
scar.
down.
Do you have any idea?
yeah, but you should see the other guy. Elevator, come on. That's good.
I
we got to
say-
go.
I hold a finger up and reach for my bag, which I keep handy because I've been working on Travis, and I go with him.
I just
say-
want to jump to the future and say that Johnny Lawrence ends up getting gigs in talkies because he has scars on his face. Never mind. Let's go back in time. Sorry.
Well, he goes to the elevator. I'm gonna look around real quick. I want to grab some towels or something, start cleaning up this mess, got some things to wipe down.
You'll need to get that from the rooms in Doc's room, of course.
Yeah.
Probably
So
a good
I'll-
floor for this to be happening on, frankly, since there's nobody else here.
Mark.
Yeah.
There's a little used rule in first aid, if you read it, that says you can let two people make a roll at the same time, guided by one, and if either succeeds. So I lean over to Johnny and I say, stop that, put pressure here. And you and I can both roll first aid. If either of us succeed, we'll stabilize him and give him a hit point if he's still alive. I'm guessing he's still alive. The whole reason he's in such bad shape, rules wise, just so you guys know, is because he took that major wound and then went to 0. If he hadn't taken the major wound, he'd just be dying slowly instead of quickly.
Mike, you're a fucking rock star.
Knows all the rules.
But
What'd you
it's
get?
beautiful. Like it helps it go smoothly. I mean,
I'm being OCD and looking for my dice that match. Sorry,
It's
and
like the sugar that
my
goes down.
plethora of D20s.
I just rolled 2 dice and neither was a percentile dice, so I'm going to roll again.
Okay, Mike, I'm losing faith.
I'm like, I rolled a 29 or a
I
92.
I barely have enough luck to turn this into a success if I need to.
I don't want to save him that bad.
You have bonus dice, both of you.
Wow.
Oh,
I got a regular success. So he gets 1 hit point and is stabilized for an hour, at which point he will have to make another con check and get more first aid, or he needs actual medicine for an hour, which means I got to put him in a bed and look after him for an hour.
assuming he survived until we got there, right?
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, what happened to this man?
Yeah, well, it's not important right now.
All right, well he gets a temporary hit point and is stabilized.
For the sake of the narrative, we will say he has a hit point stabilized. You can check your first.
Yeah,
aid
I don't care if
die.
he's dead. I mean, Mike doesn't care.
It's probably more narratively. Plus, it's
I
better.
don't know.
For
I
you to
was
check
thinking
your
how
bonus.
much fun it was going to be to help him dispose of the body.
That's the night's young.
It's like, okay, on the one hand, like, and this has nothing to do with the narrative or whatever, but like, you know, if you send the dead body back down to the ground floor,
That's right.
covered in booze, there's going to be that would be a scene for the Excelsior. You got to wonder, does the Excelsior cover up the murder of their own guy? Because, you know, it would make people start asking even more questions.
I'm sorry. I thought the answer would immediately be, of course.
Yeah.
I do turn
This
and
is the Hotel Excelsior.
Yeah.
I
They
make
don't
Johnny
fuck
sit
around.
still while I doctor him a little bit as well. I don't think it's reasonable for you to help me with this.
I imagine like Ellie is just downstairs, like,
She's
God,
walking
this
up
elevator's
the
taking
stairs.
forever.
Well,
I was
just
taking
got
the stairs.
Ellie's
Okay.
gonna make a new
She'll
friend
beat
very
y'all
soon.
there.
I got a extreme success on first aiding Johnny, which doesn't do anything special, I don't think. But you get a hit point back.
Oh, good. That makes a huge difference when you have less than 10 hit points. Thank you.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
If you come get doctored later, I can give you a D3, but not right
What
here
about
in the
Hosen?
hallway.
You know what? How many hit points do you get back on a rest? Or luck points, I mean?
A D10,
D10.
but it's not necessarily a rest. It's whenever he decides it's a development phase.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I think I'm going to spend the luck points anyway, just so I get a check mark. It was so close.
You spending all them points, baby. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So you're doing this. You're administering all of this in the elevator, right?
I'm assuming so. Yeah, or in the hallway,
elevator.
whatever. But I'm trying to get the scoop on what's going on as I'm stitching his forehead or whatever.
Yeah, I'll give you the whole, just so we can save some time. I'm gonna give you the whole deal. Like, hey, he had this. I saw him. He had this notebook on him. I think that he's the guy that killed the Reverend. If he's not, he's certainly involved. He knows who is. He, like, as soon as I said something about it, he started acting funny. And we got in the elevator. He tried to jump me. With everything except what's going on with his arm. I'm gonna fill in the doctor on everything else.
And I mean,
Which has got.
Do I
to
have any
not escape
explanation?
the notice of
Yeah,
Dr.
I mean-
Abernathy.
I was like, was his arm always like this? I don't remember. He's done a lot of work for me. I don't remember him having this baby arm.
No, that does seem kind of different.
As a matter of fact, Dr. Abernathy,
You're gonna make me make a sanity roll, aren't you?
as a man of medicine, this does not seem consistent with anything that you have studied before. Why don't
Why
you
that's
make a
that?
sanity check?
Let's
Well,
just
I
make
think
it
that was
clear.
crazy.
Well, I lost sanity for doing it to him, so I guess
Other
that's
than
fair.
my appearance, the thing I have the least of is sanity. It is not what my
my.
character is good at.
You can just spend 46 luck like I did.
Oh, that's a 95.
I feel
95. So,
I feel like Rob is the keeper. You should remember that
Yeah,
he has no sanity
does my recent-
and absolutely throw everything at him.
Does my recent chant give me any bonus to keep in my mind together? In this case, it's okay if it doesn't. I just thought I'd remind you.
What a good argument. You know what? I will go and I will look at that chant real quick. Y'all amuse yourselves for just a moment.
Well, I appreciate the bonus die, but I can't use it on a sanity roll.
That's
or I would
it's
have.
true.
Believe me, because
I think we're back to watching awesome cats and red hair.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kidding.
We haven't seen Katie's cat's buttholes in a minute.
Oh no, we've seen them.
Let me look for them.
I like the blurry background with the cats walking around in it because it makes them look like big cats.
You really did go for red, didn't you? Like, I mean, Eric's got a red beard, and you've got like the Kool-Aid Man red hair.
Yeah, but Steve,
Yeah,
you
looks
don't
good, though.
see me in person. In person, this shit is like white. You're like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, it's pretty light.
But I like it, Katie. It tops the green for me a little bit.
Katie's hair is the headline here.
The answer to the question about the chant, Mike, is no.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm feeling pretty good as I go a little more insane. Again, as a reminder, I am the worst combination in this game of being very low sanity and very high intelligence.
I think
it makes you the best at learning things. The problem is learning things isn't always good.
That's right.
What I'm going to say...
It makes you the best. You just need to have other pieces around you.
I'm trying to decide how much sanity you might stand to lose here.
Off of the 1 damage I did to his arm?
Yes.
Okay. The other thing to keep up with, remember...
Are we all jealous of the cat? Is it just me?
Let's do a D6, please.
D6. Between investigator development phases, keep up with how much sanity you lose total, too, because...
Yes, please.
Yeah.
There it is. Only cats. Yep, that's right.
6. I snap, everyone.
This is wonderful.
Yes, I'm so glad you're happy.
And this is how we do it, baby.
All right, and I'll keep up with this because this could easily get to my insanity threshold because I'm so low.
I hope you made that only cats account.
I'm so unprepared to drive someone insane tonight. I really should have been better.
Like, you literally should be cleaning it up.
If I lose a total of 10 before the next investigator development phase, I will get a permanent insanity.
Well, we just had a development phase, right? But you
right. So I'm at 6 now, though. So.
All right.
What?
So this would be a real-time bout of madness. So I would like you to... I believe I'm in the right place, Mike. You can help me. Do you have the book handy?
I do. There's a little chart that I think you can roll on. That's probably like a D10.
Yeah, it's on page 157, I think. Go ahead and roll that D10 for me. Let's have a...
Yeah.
It's gonna... and then roll a second one.
Okay. First one is a 1.
Great.
The second one is a 3.
Okay.
Erik, you having fun out there, man?
This is beautiful. So, Dr. Abernathy, the bout of madness that you have rolled is amnesia.
Seems appropriate for what's going on here.
It is. You have no memory of events that have taken place since you were last in a place of safety. I'm going to dial that back.
Back in the room?
Well, back in the room would feel appropriate, but you know what? There was a death in the hotel earlier, and that didn't make you feel all that safe. We're gonna rewind it back to dinner for you.
That's gonna be tough to roll.
The good news is it's not going to last.
Oh, okay, good.
It's going to last a short amount of time, but for the next 3 minutes for Mike, but really just a few rounds. You have a lack of context for everything that's going on, and from the pieces of paper and everything, this is all very strange and new. And you're sitting here in the elevator with the guy that you played cards with the other night, standing over a dead bellhop.
Probably remember having breakfast with him this morning.
Dead?
Yeah.
Before anything happened.
Better?
It's like, I snap to and I go, Mr. Lawrence? How did we get here? Are you all right? You're hurt. And I start looking, like pulling his eyelids back and looking at him.
Yeah.
Oh, and this man's hurt. And I go over to him. We don't have to roleplay all
Someone
of
has
it, but I act very
marvelously
weird.
administered first aid to these gentlemen, by the way.
Yeah.
It's worth noting.
I just
I'm
check
like,
in
these
on
are
him,
good
like,
stitches.
Doc, I'm not sure who I should be worried about, myself or this guy or the doctor.
Well, you know, the
Look,
funny thing about the amnesia, actually, it means I've forgotten seeing this guy's withered arm, so I see it again, so I have to make a sanity roll again.
Well, let's not make you do that because there
No,
may
I'm
be
just
a new
playing.
reason to do it. So
You just could sit here and watch me just perpetually go insane.
So, Johnny, you're backed up. The doctor has turned towards you. He has his back towards the corpse, right? Or it's not so much a corpse, you know. He's got 1 hit point. He's stabilized. The doctor did a good job. And you, should we do? What should we do? Both of you make a spot hidden. I think you want to fail.
Me?
By the way,
Spot.
hi, Katie and Erik. Stuff's going on. We'll play again in a minute.
I make
Hey,
it by
Raiders.
3.
You make it, okay?
Yep, 35 against a 38.
I got a regular success.
And a whole bunch of raiders, yeah.
Hello, Architects of Fate. Thank you guys for the raid. Good timing on
Hello,
coming
hello.
in. So,
Yeah, meow, meow,
Dr.
meow.
Abernathy and Johnny.
Yeah, good time to show up. Mike and I, where our characters are in an elevator with a guy I practically just murdered. And then he helped me save them, and then he caught amnesia and doesn't remember that he helped me save them.
That's a
Practically.
good summary.
Now you're all caught up.
Practically is the word I have an issue with. Either you
Johnny,
did
You see
or you
it.
didn't.
Everett, you feel it. A stirring in Dr. Abernathy's pants.
Fear boners? Really?
18 plus stream, everybody, if you haven't been reminded.
I'm sorry, was it just me?
Was the amnesia that he forgot that he wasn't turned on by dead bodies?
The hunting knife that Dr. Abernathy shoved into the back of his pants lifts
Dun,
itself
dun,
out
dun.
of its sheath.
It does what?
Lifts itself out of its sheath. Dangles in the air for a moment before propelling itself into the neck of the fallen man.
I wanted to grab it before it points. So
Well, that's going to cost him that hit point I gave him.
that is going to do that. That's going
Johnny,
to put us
you're
right
gonna-
back in the awkward situation of having a dead guy in the elevator.
And the
Now
whole
it'll
thing
have
of
the
like dick
doctor's
in the neck.
knife in
That's
his
a
neck.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
about to
have
say,
the
my
doctor's
wife
knife
gave me
in it.
that knife.
that's a
Got my
different
initials
kind of
on the
death.
hilt.
I think the good news here is that
Local news has
Doc,
a
you
Oh, that's
story.
the good news.
well, the good news is you're going to lose sanity since you noticed it. Johnny, let's have you both make a sanity check real quick.
He just did that.
I know you just did that. Crazy. You're in a Call of Cthulhu
They
game.
tend to happen
Holy
in,
shit, you
in
Johnny,
sort
if
of
you
What?
succeed,
snowballs.
you're both going to freeze if, and this will happen if you fail your sanity check. Because you're definitely going to lose a point of sanity one way or the other. If you
So I'm making a
succeed,
sanity
Johnny,
check.
You're both making a sanity check. And Johnny, if you succeed, you might lose some sanity, but you may be able to reach out and try and grab it.
I'll
I
spend my
didn't make
bonus
it.
die.
You didn't make it.
I wish
And I
I could
can't
grab
use luck to
sanity.
fix it.
Oh, I can't use my bonus die on this, right?
You can't use your bonus die on sanity ever.
I've been
Can
trying
you
that
use
for a
luck
long
on
time
sanity?
to reach out to
I don't
can't
think you
use
can.
luck on
sanity.
either.
Yeah.
Long time I've been trying to reach
Okay,
out to my
sanity doesn't go by the same degrees of success. It's a success.
It's a success.
It's just a success.
Yep, that's
Okay.
all I needed to know. All right, so you are both, or let's see, Dr. Abernathy failed, Johnny succeeded.
Mm-hmm.
I failed.
All right, Johnny, you are going to lose you're going to lose a point of sanity. Dr. Abernathy, you're going to lose a D4 of sanity.
25% chance that I get permanently insane.
Hooray. Now, Johnny, you want to try and stop this thing before it goes somewhere. That is going to require a slick move. There you go. Holding it together. You freeze when you see that. You forgot that you had a knife in the back of your pants. I mean, that part of your amnesia.
No, I would forget that, actually.
So not only are you confused for why it's here, but also why it's dangling in midair.
And killing people.
Yeah, an odd scene for a magic show. As it starts to propel itself through the air, Johnny, you reach out and try and grab it. What's a good skill for this? What do you want to try and use?
Sleight of hand's a great skill for this, but I'm bad at it.
I imagine sleight of hand as being more like legerdemain and pickpockety stuff.
What are you trying to do? Just snatch it out of the air?
He's trying to. I'm imagining he's trying to grab it.
Well, maybe fighting them.
It would normally just be a dex check, but that doesn't get him a check mark. If you want to get him a check mark, I'd make it like brawl or something.
I've got a check mark in brawl, but I'm also a lot better at brawl than dex. So you tell me what you want me to do.
I'll say, why don't we bargain a little bit? It can be brawl.
It could be locksmith because he's disarming the trap.
I think that with the doctor in your way and with it coming out of the back of his pants and going for somewhere to the side of you, I think it's going to need to be a hard success, but you can do either one you want to, and you can use a bonus die.
We're going to talk about his pants. Everything's hard.
If you want to use your bonus die for this.
Yep.
I like the jump idea, Steve. That was pretty good.
Might as well jump. All right, I got to remember which of these hate me. You look like you hate me.
Did you know that Van Halen started as Mammoth?
No.
And Eddie Van Halen would play solos with his back turned to the audience because it was a time in the world when folks would bite your style. So he would play with his back to the audience and do Eruption and the amazing things that he did. And everybody went, what is he even doing? And by the time the album came out, then everybody figured out what he was doing, and it was just hammer-ons. But anyway, sorry. I derailed the game. I apologize.
It's all good. Building the suspense.
I can make this a hard success. It will cost every luck point I have left.
You could also push the roll.
That's a much better idea if you have a decent chance of making it.
That means I roll again.
Means you would roll again, and
I don't like that
if
Mike
you
added
fail
an
to
if.
stop it, it will go. You will catch the blade. The blade will catch you instead of you catching the blade, if you know what I mean.
I figured that would be the case. I don't know if I care about this guy enough either way, but man.
You can just have failed, too. You can have all the good intention of reaching out and just not have made it.
You don't even care about him? Do you realize how hurt he is?
Yeah.
Keep in mind that you needed that luck to save your own life a little while ago.
Yeah. Now, and when I say it'll cost me every bit of luck I have left, it's 5.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness.
Wow. That's the kind of thing the keeper needs to know if you're walking around with
that guy's pretty unlucky, I gotta say.
Yeah. I had 50-something luck, and I spent 46 to live.
That could literally get right into your bio.
Oh, guys, I like this game so much.
I hate spending.
This guy is a no-luck talent.
On stuff.
You don't want to have zero luck.
You don't want to have 5, to be honest with
you.
But being alive is better. And hey, I'm about to be crazy, so.
Staying alive. Staying alive.
Stay alive.
I think, man, I don't know if it's that good of a thing for him to be alive or not. I'm messing with my player versus character.
Well, we got 10 minutes of stream left, so make a decision.
Dichotomy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss.
You miss, all right.
I wasn't expecting it enough.
Doc, you feel that
shit.
You feel something sliding through the back of your pants, and you turn around and you see your knife dangling there. Johnny, you see it kind of lift just barely over his shoulder. You didn't know it was there, but there it is, a weapon. And the blade
And it
turns
looks like a poop emoji.
towards the man. And in an instant, you have this lucid realization of no matter what is happening here, no matter why it's happening, of what is about to go down, and you want to stop it. And you try to lurch forward, and you kind of run into the doctor slightly, and you can't quite reach it and go through him before it propels itself right under the chin of Terrence Winslow.
That's your cliffhanger right there. But here, there is one saving grace to all this. Now the doc
my
is
knife.
really invested in helping me hide the body. Oh, the doctor has amnesia. He might wake up and think he killed it.
And the other positive is we have a new
I'll be
donor.
back in a couple of minutes. So,
Yeah.
but I'm on the verge of indefinite insanity.
As you both stare at the handle of that large knife, the blade of it completely invisible now, Ellie is climbing up some stairs, and Jack Kealy, with the thoughts of Lost Carcosa swimming through his brain, and the screenplay of the Yellow King. Jack, where are you headed now that you are free of the room?
The action, wherever that is, there's almost a sense where I'm like, oh, hold on, where is it? And I don't need the elevators. I can run down staircases. It doesn't matter. I'm on my way.
Okay. You know that Buck was going to meet you on the 9th floor later this night, and let's say you're heading to the stairs to head up that way yourself, and you've got, unbeknownst to the two of you, both of you have one of Lorenzo Ricci's guns on your person right now.
Oh, I love this so much.
And you enter you open the door to the stairwell in a little bit of a hurry, as Ellie is walking up the stairs, almost colliding with you. On the 8th floor where her room is. So you're both almost there.
What a lucky person to bump into. My goodness. How are you?
Doing just fine. What are hello? I wasn't expecting to see anyone else on the stairs.
Well, I was just trying to make it up to talk to Mr. Anyway, so wow, how about you, huh?
Ellie has no idea what to do. She feels like she has been caught in doing something she's not supposed to be doing. What brings you here into the... You said you're meeting someone?
Oh, I am. Kind of a hurry, but really, you should probably come along. And I just start dashing up the stairs.
I'm wondering if he's meeting the same person I'm meeting.
It's possible. There are a lot of people.
He throws a little wink at you on the way out.
Jack is 30 minutes out of Lockwood's bed, and he's
like, that red hair. I don't know. I'm in. And then he starts running up the stairs.
There's only this stairwell. Ellie only goes up one more floor. This stairwell
we're going the same way, anyways.
Doesn't access the penthouse. You're not super sure what Jack is doing this high up or going higher. Meeting somebody, there can't be that many people to meet. The hotel's not doing that great. Maybe he is going to the same place. Maybe he's looped in on all of this.
More allies is better than less, so... I'm going that way anyway, so I'm going after him up the stairs, continuing.
Several floors below, Anthony Buchanan is wondering why he can't get an elevator up to the 9th floor right now. Yeah, he was eager to meet somebody. But you guys both emerge onto, for what is all intents and purposes, the last remaining public floor of the building. And it looks like just every other floor beside it. And here you are at room 901 coming out of the stairwell. And both of you, coincidentally, know you are only going to room 904, visible from the entrance here. There's a, large potted plant, like right outside the door, just kind of decorating the space. And there's a mirror and a little table across from the room. Floor is quiet, and there's a do not disturb sign on the outer handle of the door.
I get up there, and I don't know who's there when the door's open.
Seemingly, no one is here in the hallway.
Okay. I will assess the door and then be looking for where the staircase is, assuming there's somebody coming. And then I will set myself up over by the door, waiting to see. I'm going to give myself at least a good 30 seconds to a minute to see if anybody else shows up.
Okay. So Ellie, you come up behind Jack. He has not gone up as many flights as you, so he is a little quicker. And as you kind of pant your way up to the next floor, maybe you're in way better shape than Rob is and aren't panting and sweating by the end of a few flights of stairs.
Wow.
You see Jack.
Maybe you need to get in here quicker than I do.
You see that Jack has situated himself up against the hall wall and just seems to be waiting.
Except she exits the door going, yeah, I think you need to get in there quicker than I do.
You're carrying the bottle of hooch that you secured for yourself downstairs, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, she's like a little winded, but as much as I know that it would kill me in real life, I understand that 9 flights of stairs is not that bad for like a normal, healthy person. So she's pretty much okay. She's like a little like, is he? So I'm looking for
myself. Even 1 flight of stairs, I just want to die.
Yeah, I would make it. So the room number I'm looking for. First of all, I'm looking around for the doctor and Johnny Lawrence, who obviously are not here.
Now, if they
be,
they might already be inside, but otherwise they're not here in the hallway.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to the door and knock on it.
Lack of alibi is a problem.
So, Jack, as you wait in the hallway, she comes up and follows you and actually goes up to the door that you are intent on.
Oh, I'm like and I just quietly stand back there going, okay, I'm gonna let her handle this.
All right. After a few seconds, you hear from the other side of the door, "Who is it?"
It's
yeah, because y'all didn't like my first German accent, so it's Transylvania now.
Who is it?
Open the door.
When I hear that, I start slowly moving like to the side of the, you know what I mean, like out of
Not
the
visible
people
from the
range.
fisheye,
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I go around to that side while she's talking.
I kind of side eye him a little bit, but I'm not gonna say anything. It's Ellie. Hi. Just visiting.
If she even looks my way, I'm like, oh.
Like beckoning her away?
No, beckoning her to get in the door.
Oh,
get him at the door at least. I'm like,
yeah. I've got like, I've looked at him a couple of times, and I'm just like, okay. I'm not gonna say anything because I want to know what's happening here.
After a slightly awkward pause from the other side of the door, you hear, "Just a minute," and you hear
Mario?
the familiar sound of that sliding, scraping metal of the little chain being moved. And you hear subsequent scrapings of bolts and other you would consider
Ooh.
non-standard security measures on the other side of the door.
Oh my.
And moments later, the door opens and there is Friedrich Bauer, dressed in PJs of the era, the button down and with the matching trousers, with little slippers on his feet, and his wispy, disappearing hair, a little bit unkempt. But he opens the door slightly and says, "Where are the others?"
Are they're not here yet? I kind of figured they were already in there with you.
Not
I'll
yet.
slide past her and like into view and go like, "Hey, buddy, how are you? We got a new recruit."
Ah. Who are you?
Oh, you don't remember me? Ha, that's funny. Is Buck anywhere around here? Like, I assumed I was meeting him here, so I'm.
I...
No, I'm sorry. I'm asking DM.
Oh, sorry. No, you don't see him.
Gatekeeper. I don't see him anywhere. Oh, so it's just me and her. Oh, geez, I'm sorry. My friend said that we were. You know what? I might be wrong. I apologize. Oh, and this beautiful one. I mean, come on. What am I supposed to do? I was following. Yeah, my bad.
Oh, one of your friends told you of our meeting. Yes,
Well,
then
he said
you
that
are,
I should be there.
then you are welcome. We will
Oh,
await the others together. Come in.
well, come on, doll. Let's go in.
He invites you into the room. This room, unlike Elijah Carver's room, is practically untouched. You would think that no one stayed in
lives
this
here.
room, Ellie. Other than the fact that there is a single briefcase sitting on top of the kind of one of the chairs near the desk. Everything is pretty much as it was left. The beds are even made. Like the sheets seem undisturbed and in perfect, like, what is it? What's the word for the hotel way of making a bed? They're made
Turn down
immaculately.
service.
Yeah.
Oh, the turn down. Right.
Says, please
Turned
make
down for
yourselves
what?
comfortable. We shall await the rest together.
It's Ellie's gonna walk in, and she's got this bottle of whiskey, unlabeled, I assume, because it's just from downstairs.
Yep.
Gonna kind of like set it on one of the little side tables, and
Little grease pencil number on it.
yeah, it's really it's already midnight, right? Like it is currently midnight-ish.
Yeah, maybe 2 minutes to go.
Okay. It's a little weird to not see the doctor here. He's normally not late.
Damn right.
Yes.
Only
Yes,
one
it
elevator.
is.
What are you gonna do?
Wait a second. Johnny Lawrence should have already been here. He was getting in the elevator when I was starting up the stairs 10 minutes ago.
Your
Dun dun
mustachioed
dun.
friend, neither of them, as a matter of fact, have
That's you.
darkened my doorstep yet this
Well,
evening.
not much can happen on an elevator ride. It's just one floor to another.
You've never heard of
Unless-
Aerosmith.
Maybe he stopped to get the doctor at his room. Maybe.
Song about it. Want to hear it? Here it go.
Allow you a psychology roll, Ellie, since you were there with the pair of them. You were there for everything. You are aware of kind of what normal behavior is for Terry. Maybe there's something to unpack from the interactions you've had leading up to.
Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna use my
Gonna go ahead and
my
spend a bonus
bonus die.
die.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. That is, it's not an extreme, but it is a hard success.
A hard success. Eavesdropping as you had, the interaction between them, Terry's demeanor being off, Terry standing up to you, very much not an uncommon Terry thing. Terry trying to lead the man to the stairs when there was a perfectly good elevator not that far away. Suddenly it seems like Terry accompanying the man at all when he was just going up some floors was
Highly suspicious.
Terry passing the lobby to get to the first floor and remaining on that elevator journey with Mr. Lawrence. Maybe was he trying to get him alone?
Yeah, and I already don't trust Terry at all right now. And considering that Johnny Lawrence is not here and would have been on his way directly to this floor. Yeah, okay. Major red flags.
With
Okay.
that realization sinking in, and with the scene going on 2 floors below, I think that will be where we call it for the week.
Cool.
Very well
Nice
done, you
dramatic
guys.
plot.
Y'all have
2 weeks to think about how fucked we are. There, I said it. Now it's an 18+ stream.
and it will be 2 weeks. We're going to take a week off for the 4th of July. I'm going to be working a convention in LA. We're going to be spending time with our families. We're going to be celebrating the holiday, taking a little bit of a long
America,
weekend.
everybody.
And we will hurry back to this game and to this scene, to this instant as soon as we can.
I mean, I just want to stress that we are hurrying back. I want to be here more than I care about anything at the moment, other than running away to
So glad.
pee.
Other
This
than
is
running
the
away to
one
pee.
thing I want to do. So, yeah.
Let's go through some announcements real quick, and then we're going to draw our winner for who I get to send these cool dice to. If someone would type !Discord in the chat for us, hit me up in the community Discord. That's how I will know where to send the winner their dice if they are not. Yes?
Karma, Rama, Lama, Ding Dong. I want to send you a shirt. I'd like you to take a shirt if you'd like. Your choice of whatever the broadcast shirts are. Please DM me.
I'm never going to be able to say Kamarama.
Kama, Rama, Lama, Ding Dong.
Without.
I have to put
Yes,
the Ding Dong.
Camarama
Sorry.
Lama.
Kamarama Lama.
It's Camarama Lama.
Kama, Rama, Lama. But I want to add the Ding Dong.
So
No problem. Just please DM me.
We will not have a Tuesday night stream for the next couple of weeks. Edge of Knowledge is on its own channel right now. We had plans for a Deadland stream produced by Iconic Podcast, who works in association with Pinnacle Entertainment, who publish Deadlands, to be coming to us in a couple of weeks. Sadly, an illness and a recovery period within the cast of that show is going to prevent that from happening. So I might be struggling to learn Deadlands in the next few weeks, as well as Call of Cthulhu, to try and get us a Deadlands stream.
Or
here very soon.
we just do another dangerous game.
Or we might do some one-shots and otherwise fill the time. We might do some DM roundtables. We might play some Golf with Friends. It was on sale on Steam recently. We'll do something on Tuesday nights. If nothing else, you can go hang out with Erik and watch the Tuesday night happy hours while there's nothing
And
going on
Thursday.
over here. And Thursdays.
Meow, 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 meow.
Spelljammer Academy is back on Wednesday nights. DM Rob is running and entertaining us with his crew of wacky space pirates. Thursday nights will continue to be the painting stream. Not this week, but the next we will get back to Divinity: The Original Sin 2, Two Nerds Play with Erik and I. I'm going to be in transit on a plane going to LA and unable to do that, but we will get back to that as soon as we possibly can. And Thousand Faces Cosplay will be running Wild Beyond the Witchlight this Saturday. Now that they're no longer at Origins, we'll get back to D&D. That is a really cool group of people. I got to spend some time with some of them this weekend. Please go and support that show. And then Erik's going to be playing Solasta on Sundays into perpetuity. Getting some good video game fun going on. So please tune in for any of that, but you are free to support other creators on this channel. We have an awesome community of streamers and an awesome community of stream supporters. Thank you all very much.
Sub and go get some discounts.
And happy birthday to Rifle Stud this past week. Do say hi to him in the Discord. Do wish him happy birthday. It will mean a lot to
Happy
me.
birthday, Rob. Other Rob.
Happy
Rob 2.
birthday.
Let's close. We have
Get
321
ready to-
tickets purchased.
Don't worry, I
Oh,
didn't buy any this
shit.
time.
One of them is me.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Me
Yeah,
neither.
I've never spent any of
Rob
my
Franklin
points. I have a
about to
lot.
read the winner for tonight.
I really should get a drum roll sound
Rob.
effect. All right. Winner of the Hollow Dice. The convention exclusives from us is in the Existential Nerd. Streaming
What?
community moderator, fellow streamer, Existential Nerd is going to get some Hollow Dice from us. He just got some resin dice from us a little while ago and is excited about them. I don't think he has Hollow Dice yet, so maybe we will
Nice.
make a Hollow Dice player out of him. Finally. I really do like this set. You're going to love him, Erik. I already have your address info. You've won stuff before. We'll get those in the mail to you tomorrow or the next day.
Go Existential.
Absolutely,
Yay!
Congratulations. Camarama reach out to Erik or
Maralama.
me and get us your address if you're comfortable with us knowing it, so we can send you cool beard shirts as seen on Misty Mountain Streaming, and of course over on Erik's channel as well. Any other announcements from you guys before we call it for the night?
Nope.
Rob is amazing and we love him.
That's true.
I
Yeah.
appreciate you guys. I enjoy playing with y'all as ever. Can't wait to do it again. We will be back in 2 weeks. Stick around. We will raid someone in the community. And just in case you do not hear it anywhere else this week, and I sincerely hope that you do, always remember and please know that we love you guys. See you soon!
Bye.